Okay, I think we're live. It'll take me a little bit to confirm, but welcome everyone to my stream for the Fight Club semifinals. This is going to be Unband against NWE. The deck lists are linked in the description below. I'll also pull them up on screen so that I can look at them. Yeah, I think the players are almost ready. I'm joined by a very special guest. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi. It's me. You may know me as Council, Tempest, William Leopold. In the description, I go by very many names, but I'm very excited to be here tonight. In fact, I was doing some push-ups to try to calm down, but I'm still like very, very, very excited for this match that we're about to observe.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch and commentate. I should say, so I was like, what thumbnail should I put, right? And I chose Eye for an Eye because it's like Unband against New World Order, and it's like on theme, but it is like a new card, which suggests, and like all the cards came out yesterday, so I will like say at the very top there are no new cards in this stream. We are playing in the last meta. However, the finals of Fight Club will be in the new, like using the new cards, and that matchup will be between the standard banless team and the winner of this match.
Which Losky was just mentioning puts him in quite a bind. If NWE should happen to win today, he will have to go against his own team members.
Yeah. Okay, looks like we got another 2 whole minutes.
Yeah. As Dee is saying, like this is gonna be kind of like a capstone on what has been one of the greatest metas of maybe all time. You know, and we're gonna see some of the best players duke it out. We are in for an absolute amazing experience, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's go through some of the matchups to start off. So we have again, this is also listed in the description in terms of which player is playing what. It looks like we have, I think Bridgeman and Jackmade are going to start us off. So that is players 2. So we have Sable versus Ob and RH versus Sable.
Oh, should we go directly into discussing those matchups?
Yeah, we could actually, instead of just going. Yeah. Let's just talk about the matchup that we're about to see.
As you like. Yeah. Have you looked at the list?
I'm scanning over them now. I probably like know Finn's lists by heart.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess not the Sable, although this is not anything too surprising. There's one pinhole.
We tried talking him into one inside job and we just couldn't do it. So like this is the Sable Finn was happy with.
Oh man, I like one inside job.
It's fine, I think, but it's been doing all right in practice.
I really like the one inside job.
Oh yeah, no. Brandon was like, you know, if I look at my opponent's list and they don't have inside job and I'm a rush list, like I'm dancing, you know, like I'm doing like loops of like happiness. And that's kind of true. But I think Finn, you know, he wants consistency, and so in the end he decided that the career fairs were worth slotting over the inside job.
I don't know. D says inside job loses a lot of power this format, I think. I think I disagree. I would much rather have the one of inside job in an open deckless format. I think you gain a lot more rather than like having a card in your deck that your opponent knows.
The one-off is nice because your opponent can't afford playing around it. So like Kikai mentioned, like,
yeah,
you know, if I'm corp, like I'm gonna make them have the inside job. But when you actually do have it, like their day is ruined and their disappointment is immense. So it's often quite worth it.
So it looks like Finn is gonna start corping first. I'll jump a little bit now, but like, for those following along, like you can, there is the deck list link in the description. I don't want to jump around too much because it's probably not a great viewing experience to like jump around, I imagine. But we're doing the other matchup, so we've got the RH deck. This is the same RH deck. Someone in chat, I think Aksu says, "Where's the snare?" I think Finn is not going to put the 1x snare in the deck.
The snare is like in his sleeve, you know, like if he ever needs it, like he's just gonna take it out of there and just put it wherever the runner is about to access.
Yeah. And then we've got a Sable on the other side, 2 career fairs, love that. Daily casts. There's no Earthrises in here. Oh, there's 2 verbal plasticities instead of Earthrise.
Yeah, NWE has been cooking with the verbal Sable, and like Jackmade's been doing something very interesting where he's been adjusting the Sable a lot to like be prepared for whatever your opponents are bringing. I think like from last week to this week, they've stayed consistent on the Turbine Sable list. So
I don't know. I need to throw a little. I don't know what you want to call it at NWE right off the start. I think last round.
A little shade.
A little shade.
Oh no.
Last round, whoever it was that was playing the Sable, although it might have been like a team thing rather than the player, but like y'all played a Sable that had 1 info bounty and 1 security testing, and that's so greedy. That's so greedy.
No.
I think one of our like somebody on Unband wanted to practice against it, and they I think it was you ran into Fa on JNet, and then like you were like, I want to practice this match, and then Fa was like, okay. So then she went to the Fight Club spreadsheet, picked up the NWE Sable list, and then I showed up like short way after to like see what Fa was up to, and I saw like she had like a security testing installed, and then she drew info bounty, and like there was only 1 open server. I'm like, this is so like, or maybe there was no open server. So I was like, why do we have both of these cards in this deck?
Yeah. It would make sense if there was like a way to poison archives, maybe. But as is, like, I don't even know. Like, I'm not up to speed on how many info bounties you're supposed to be running. I feel like a lot of Sable lists these days are playing 2.
Yeah,
I've usually played 1.
I've played 1 in the past. I think playing 2 is very important for the asset matchups. Because you're playing, I guess, there's a lot of like obs that like asset obs that have all their centrals open, and it's really.
But doesn't like 2 misspawns just ruin those matchups anyways?
Not enough, I don't think. Like
Interesting.
The info bounty gives you a clickless 2 credits every turn. That's
right.
Insanely good.
That's 2 Rezekis. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that security testing does the same, but like you actually want to access because you want to steal agendas.
Yeah,
ultimately
absolutely.
You win by stealing. Catching up on chat a little bit. Specifically, the rate of HP
starting
is lower. What up? Hey, Lori. How's it going? SBT had verbal too. I don't buy it yet, but hey, they eliminated us. Yeah, I think I buy verbal plasticity more than I do security testing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I can probably be convinced.
It's very close, like how you solve the draw in general, I think.
Yeah.
It's not strictly wrong by any means.
Oh, Aksu said Bridgeman and an entire game. See y'all in 4 hours, man.
This is the shade I need. You know, like Bridgeman might be undefeatable because like if he's ever in a losing position, he just think his way out of it, no matter how long it takes.
Oh man.
Like this, we gonna be here for a while.
That's funny.
Yeah, and he did promise me, I think like 2 days ago, like he's actually gonna take the time and think through his lines. Not gonna go too hasty here.
Ziat says shots fired.
Yeah. True.
By the way,
this is exactly the shade I'm here for. Yeah.
If you want to follow along in the chat, I don't know if you already have it up, but if you like open up like YouTube and Twitch on like a side tab.
Yeah, I got it up. I even have an alt account up so I can ask myself questions I want to answer, like when can we unban T?
Okay, very good. Okay. So key points in this matchup. I know a lot about the RH, like how to play against it. The Sable is trying to get see if the Sable can get an early money
Steal
lead.
agendas survive the steal.
Sometimes Crim can like get a quick burst of econ and then just like steal an agenda and then just not die because they have money. But otherwise, the class acts are very key. We're gonna try to steal an agenda somewhere. Maybe we can test the archives agenda and then we install a class act. Probably the other way around, because if you hold the class act, you'll lose it to Fuji.
But I would add to this, like, finding the Carmen, just because, like, this RH plays a bunch of Saisentan, and so, like, face-checking ice before you have Carmen down can be very lethal.
Yeah, Carmen is very, very good. Like, not just the fact that it's the Sentry Breaker, but, like, Carmen is the ideal Sentry Breaker against Jinteki. It starts at 2 strength, which matches Saisentan, and you can pay 2 credits to get it to 5 to break a Nancy.
I'm still not convinced Karuna is the answer, though. Like, that has not seemed good so far.
Okay, Finn getting off to a really good start. He kept his hand.
Yeah. But he would have been open to roll R&D and then just like Hermes, find agenda, and then just like doof, you know?
Ooh, I'm surprised we're not running R&D here.
Well, you could die if you get the wrong axis, right?
No, you just gotta do it.
I guess, but like you find the bacterial and like Corp just finds 2 punitive, it's over. Like,
yeah, that's the deck. That is the deck.
Yeah. I would actually note, like, of all the mainstream competitive runners, Sable might have the worst matchup into RH. Like, I think Arisana and Hoshiko and Mulch as well to some degree, like, they all have better ways to deal with what the threats RH tends to put out. And as you said, like, it's still very winnable by Sable. But, like, a lot of the things Sable wants to do, the RH is actually punishing. Just by nature of being like a kind of like glacier-like deck that denies central accesses, but also like getting an access can potentially kill you if you're in the wrong situation for it. So like a lot of things the RH does are quite bad for Sable.
ZS asking, how often do you ice archives instead of R&D? I want to say not often. I think you usually ice R&D instead. But...
Well, it gets your economy going, which is very good against Crim.
Yeah, that's true. Because if they flip,
Axu is right. Essa has a worse matchup, and I do agree with that. For the most part, like if you can leverage Marrow, maybe it's not as bad. But Axu just admitted Essa is a mainstream runner. You know, it's on the level of Sable. So like, I'll take that as a win.
This is a pretty slow start for the Crim. Like the Crim's kind of getting what they want on the board, but like the more time you give this RH, the more they're gonna get the cards that they want.
So the verbal plasticity is gonna generate value for the rest of the game. The daily cast is good, but also like at this point it's gonna get really difficult to get any run-based value off unless Bridgeman makes a critical mistake.
Mm-hmm.
We're just drawing. Side note here, actually, I played against Mildesort in the World's Cut, and I think I threw away a few too many of my agendas. And if I hadn't done that, I think I should have won that game because he took a really long time to assemble his Turbine Mimic rig, or Echelon. You've heard it here first. Echelon is just Mimic with extra steps. Like there's no virtual upside to Echelon, but if Finn doesn't make that mistake, I think the way these early steps have gone so far, that looks pretty good. I mean, we don't know. He might be like looking at a hand with 5 agendas in there and 2 more in the bin, but...
I mean, Finn just clicked for 3 cards and discarded 1. Yakuza says, clearly it's Crick. Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, now that's a card I missed. If I was playing throwback, getting back a little Crick.
D says, fun fact, I just realized each semifinal team dropped a different faction. That, I mean, like, I guess there's 7 factions. So, yeah, that is interesting. I mean, a lot of it is, like, matchup dependent rather than
Absolutely.
Power of the deck.
Oh, Lost Geek is saying I did not play the one-off sec testing though.
Yes, I'm throwing shade at the people who took part in the NWE deck building process, which is for the purposes of Fight Night, which clearly doesn't involve Lost Geek.
I don't know. The way he's put it, Lost Geek is still like a part of it.
Yeah.
Did not condone madness. Okay, we're pushing something in the remote. What do you think is the face down card in
It
the
should be a
remote here?
Rashida. I think this is a clear Rashida.
Yes, I agree. Although like it being Bridgeman, it could also be an Anoetic Void, but I think Rashida makes the most sense.
I think he would protect a Void more than this. I don't think he would like put an ice out like that. Also, like, what was his other click? Like he played hedge funds. So I guess that makes sense.
So what will we do if that is actually a Fuji and he's just gonna like double punitive now?
Yeah, that could be it.
All right. So do we see a tattoo swap?
Oh
no. Okay.
There's the Rashida.
And it is a Rashida, but we don't get to trash it. Oh, that hurts.
Oh, what? Oh no.
Yeah, that is. I mean, not getting the tattoo swap is rough, but not getting to trash the Rashida is even rougher.
So we were only running for Regenesis there.
Yeah. Which it kind of makes
this
sense
is
to
like,
respect. But like, if
it makes sense to respect, maybe, but like you wouldn't put a Regenesis behind a single piece of ice. The RH is in such a commanding spot right now. Like I think you losing a 1-pointer right now in such a fashion is like unnecessary.
Absolutely. I've kind of like I feel like Jackmade is a bit of like an aggressive player. Like when I faced him at Danish Nats, I also kind of felt like he was taking certain risks that, well, if they go well for you, they swing the game heavily in your favor. But sometimes, like in this instance, this really hurts.
So Finn's looking for a card in the remote, a second ice on the remote, and an Econ card.
Yeah. Like, if you have a Yodel in hand, would you play it right now? Or would you keep it for Bacterial Stew?
I think Restoring Humanity plays 3. So let's check that. Yeah, there's 3 YDLs, so I think he would play it. Because there's 2 more in the deck if you have 1 in hand right now.
So we see something get pushed. Ooh. And so we know one of those is an Anoetic Void.
Yep. I think
so that looks like a Regenesis push now, right?
Yeah, there's only 2 Voids. So yeah, this looks like a Regenesis now,
yeah. How many pinholes are in this Sable?
There's 2.
Okay.
But we can't get in anywhere for this pinhole. So, like, I'm pretty sure this Regenesis is getting scored. Like, we can't...
Well, Jackmade could make it into Archives and then install a class act.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe?
That's true.
And like, the dangerous part is, like, at that point, if you use the Hermes, you might actually be able to steal the Regenesis too, so feeding the runner 6 points is quite risky, actually. So we're seeing a run on... this is fascinating. Like, do you shuffle back the agenda? I think could just leave 1 face down in the bin to make Jackmade, like, make him be honest.
I'm pretty sure you just leave it.
I think Bridgeman tends to play safe. Like, this is a very interesting kind of, like, oppositional play of a more defensive, controlling player and a more, like, Jackmade's also an amazing player, but his style tends to be a bit more aggressive.
I think Finn's gonna leave it, or like shuffle. He's gonna leave an agenda in there, and like shuffle back Econ. I don't see him. I think he understands that like it's a key part of his game. By the way, I'll let you go. If chat, let me know if you can hear like there's like background noise like where I am. So if y'all can hear that, let me know and I'll close the window. But what were you saying, Leopold?
No, I just fully agree with you on what you were saying. Same for me, by the way. If there's, I'm testing some new headphones. If there's any weird noise or if my audio is kind of messed up, let me know as well.
Yeah, you seem okay. I think on mine, and I can see it show up a little bit, so I'm just a little worried.
D is saying we should have banned bacterial faster. If you do that, I will come for you. I will not forgive you. Like bacterial is such a beautiful find. Like it's Damon's greatest gift to Jinteki. I already have a grudge against the standard ban list team for banning all the good Jinteki cards, but bacterial is not a card that I can survive getting banned. Bridgeman's doing his signature thing. He is thinking.
So I have to say, I believe I was told that there was a conversation on JLC that Lost Geek was having with people about whether or not the punitive Jinteki deck needs to get banned in some way. I think it does. I do think that the back pro punitive plan is like not, that shouldn't exist.
That's fair, actually. Like I can see that. I love having bacterial in scoring decks. Like I discovered a deep love for it in like a Lacosta Atea list.
Yes.
I also wasn't the happiest bringing this RH to Worlds. Like I knew it was gonna do well, but it felt like I was playing a Wayland deck. Like I wasn't playing an actual like Jinteki deck.
So okay, so here's the thing about the RH deck. Yeah, we're not doing anything. We're trashing it. This makes sense.
Ooh. We let them trash the Spin Doctor.
Carmen Info Bounty. Okay. So here's the thing about the RH deck. It's not the best deck in terms of consistency. Okay.
Right. I would even posit it might be more of a tier 2 or tier 1.5 deck than a strict tier 1 deck.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Axel saying it's like tier 4. No.
Well, Axel also suggested today the new Sebastiao console is not cracked. So like,
okay,
you know. All right. We see.
Yeah, there's the Fuji.
A score. R&D is open, so let's see if we can find the mark on, and we get the mark on R&D. Very good.
It's pretty good.
This is why Jackmade is a top tier player.
Ziad's saying Helium 4 introduces some interesting choices into these RH matchups. That's true. That's very true. I think like with the injection of the new cards, there might be some changes. Like Helium 4 is a very good counter to the RH.
I also agree with D that like it's a cool, like I like seeing Glacier. I like Glacier that isn't like extremely dirtly and slow, and no shade on your World's winning list. Like, you know, I'm happy that it was as well. But like I like Glacier that like wins in like 40 minutes, I think.
So the thing I don't like about the RH is like it's a little too innately dice rolly. You have wait, what? Oh, we're
hitting the Anuetic.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good moment to hit it.
So it's too.
That's not a bad play at all.
It's a little too like inherently dice rolly. I think. Like, I think the runners, like as the runner, if you don't have knee damage prevention, then the play that you have to make is you need to aggressively find an agenda early. So you just gotta like, that's where this deck is the most weak, where you like, if you find an agenda early, hopefully like a Regenesis, maybe a Fuji, or a back pro, it doesn't really matter. Like Regenesis is the best. But once you find an agenda, you turn off this whole like, you turn off the whole back pro archives.
It's a very brittle strategy, as Crowfy pointed towards, like most corps having been in the metas of the past, right? It's very strong until the strategy falls apart, at which point like it becomes quite weak and corp doesn't have a great comeback mechanic.
And then like it just feels like at the start of the game, like you're kind of just running, and then like if you're like forced to take on like you're kind of forced to play aggressive early into these like net damage cards, which like I don't know, I think as I'm describing this, I'm like, maybe it's just fine. It probably is just fine, honestly.
I wouldn't want to like, this is a good tech for like the players thinking a long time, is like we start going into the philosophical aspects of what Netrunner should and shouldn't be. I wouldn't want to go too deep into this, but I will say what's the difference between like needing to find an agenda against PD and needing to find an agenda against RH? But let's not go too far down this line. Let's just, leave this for the accursed standard banlist team, the bane of my existence, who shall ban more wholesome Jinteki cards.
Well, the thing is, like, in a normal, against like a quote unquote normal corp, like finding an agenda is just like your step. Like finding 3 points is 3/7 of your way to victory, but against RH, finding 3 points is like your win rate went from like 40% to 80%.
Or 0%, depending on when you find it, but yes.
Sure. And like it just seems like whether it's 80% or 0%, like it's just like, well, okay, let's see if the corp is gonna like find their punitives. Which I guess it's fine. The thing is, like, I feel like the whole you need to pressure the RH early and steal an agenda early. Like, I think because not everybody understands that aspect of the deck, then like it's able to win more games than it should in Swiss. So then by the time you get to the cut, the players who do understand that, like, they can only do so much because the deck is inherently balanced by the fact that, like, regardless of, like, it kind of mitigates a certain amount of player skill because there's like a lot more luck involved. So it should be balanced by the fact that, like, across 10 games, if everybody plays the same, like, it should lose a majority of those games, or maybe not. Like, it should lose like 40% of those games, let's say.
I think punitive decks doing poorly in the cut has always been the case since the inception of the game. Like, I don't think that's new to punitive RH necessarily. I'm also just like, these players are just trading off thinking time. Like, first Jackmade took quite a bit of time on his turn, and now Finn is doing his signature move. He is thinking. Whatever. Like, we're probably gonna see R&D being iced, but like, do you think we're seeing another push in the remote, maybe backed up by a Hansei, or like if you had a 3-pointer in hand, do you try pushing that out?
No, I think with the runner at 2 credits, you definitely put an ice on R&D, and you can like sit for another turn or two to build up your money.
Right. Unless the only ice you have is something like a Saisentan, which isn't actually very taxing in the face of a Shezwa Carmen. Of course, Jackmade doesn't know that. And
that's true.
Because we've hit 4 points, Shibboleth is actually quite weak already, so something like Vampy or a team is also terribly taxing.
Yeah. D says, I disagree in part. I've recently been appreciating how much more aggressive lines I can take in PD when my opponent doesn't get an early agenda. I actually think the early agenda is more than 3/7 in a lot of matchups.
Against certain kinds of Jinteki Glacier, it's only a third of your way to victory, because you still need to steal 2 more 3-pointers.
Sure. It's more than 3/7 in a lot of matchups. Like, I would say a couple. I don't feel like it's like RH. There's a big gap between RH and the other decks.
I think the gap is smaller for PD, just because PD revolves around scoring so much. So if you deny a score in the remote, like, you really set them back. And maybe also something like NEH Tempo deck trying to score Crypto Crash. Who knows? This is competitive Netrunner, not Netrunner philosophy today. So we'll just leave it up to the experts.
Crypto Crash. I don't know. PD seems like, I think PD scoring their first agenda is like worth more than the points divided by 7, but not nearly as much as like the runner stealing an agenda out of RH. Like by like,
stealing an agenda safely, which is the difficult part.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I like this. Put a card in the remote. Ice R&D, hedge fund. If this is like Rashida that can draw us up to 7 cards at the start of the turn.
Yeah. So because it's Finn, I could see this literally being a Fuji that he tries to score next turn.
Yep. That's a very real play.
Oof. Okay. And here we see another risky line. We find an Atini, which you can't pay for, so I guess you're taking 3 net damage.
Yeah. Boomerang, Diversion, Daily Cast.
Lose.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we find a Fuji, right? And like, oh. Now we have a game.
Oh no. That.
Yeah, this is like worth thinking about for a long time on this balance as well.
I think he might.
Because like, imagine there is a Regenesis in the remote, right?
Yeah.
Like now, like in theory, you could run archives, so like you bounce the archives. Oh, but I guess like you still need to get through the Tattoo Bola somehow as well. So like that line only really exists if you have a Boomerang. No. I'm thinking of like Lady Olenna from Game of Thrones, you know, like not what I had in mind at all. You know, like such a I wanted him to die a peaceful death, not poison Joffrey.
Verbal plasticity has been used. It's actually been used 7 times.
And we lose Gamble Shezda.
It's been used 7 times.
And we bounce the remote card, and now can Finn punitive. Like this is why I'm happy we sent him instead of me, because he's actually gonna bother to do the punitive math now.
So the math on a no-link runner is you need X minus 1. So you need 8 credits to land a punitive. So we need 16 credits to land 2 punitives. So if we have
like a hedge fund would get there.
No, take a credit. Right? Take a credit gets there too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we have these math magicians here.
I played a lot of punitive decks in my early Netrunner days.
See, but like now you want to burn that bridge. Like you're like you became a competitive player because you were able to grow up on punitive, and now you want to deny that to the next generation.
It's not like back pro 6-point punitive, you know.
I know. I'm joking. Okay, so like the Spin Doctor means that Jackmade is not losing the game here, I think. And now we have diffused some of the bomb, but like the game is not over yet, right? Like what is Jackmade's win rate now?
I think it was at like 20% before we stole the Atini.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like
now,
Fuji. Or before we stole the Fuji, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
well, if we steal the Atini, we might need to call a judge. Like I have never heard. Oh, but we did have the Subliminal. Okay, so if Finn had 2 punitives and had done the math, like he would have still been able to kill.
Yeah. Finn just doesn't have the 2 punitives. Like I don't think he would have missed the math.
With trashing on ice and archives, what was this ice?
Yeah, that's interesting.
That could be like a Tattoo Bola on archives now. That runner just needs to find a fracture to get in. And like, because I think we might be representing just Regenesis on the board again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we might be. Yeah, like especially with the Spin Doctor, I think just a Regenesis on the board makes sense here.
Jackmade's happy he's still alive. So am I. We get to see more of this beautiful game. And I think like again, like this is still a full-on game, you know, despite the punitive kill not having manifested.
Yeah, D, I think I agree. I think the more that I've been like talking about this out loud, like I have some like feelings against RH about like the whole like against the whole back pro punitive plan. But I think like the more I think about it, I think the more I'm agreeing with what you're saying. And yeah, like what you said in chat there is like many of my favorite matchups are about making your own luck. I think that's true. And then like RH has a luck component stronger than HB. I think that luck component's a magnification of a dynamic that exists everywhere. And in small enough doses is an interesting spice to a Netrunner game. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I generally agree with you. Also, you said back to one of our early games at Worlds when I stole your Luminal because I made a throwaway run on HQ to proc the lat trigger, and I hit the Luminal out of HQ. I don't remember that.
Oh no, brain has forgotten the traumatic experience.
Well, so the thing is, like, I think in our match D, like there was like a big moment of luck on my side when I was playing Sports Metal and I had the Luminal. And I think that was my memory out of that moment. So I think I forgot about that one.
So you're saying my secret plan to ban Luminal by the end of the year is not coming to fruition because people have fond memories around the card?
Oh, I mean, Luminal is an unfair card, but there are some fond memories with that card.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Every fond memory of the corpse is like a miserable one for the runners, though.
That's true. I have a lot of good memories of putting 3 Warrior trackers into the remotes.
I have fond memories of my first game with Sokka. Ah, thank you. And mildly traumatic memories.
No. Wait, but you're not both in the same meta, right?
No, we've played against each other at both Worlds, and at I think I've played against D at every event that I've played in that had more than 100 players.
Yeah, I've said this before, but D has extreme world champ energy to me. Like they could really, I think, take it down next year. I mean, no shade on you, and I know you're gonna do an amazing 3-peat as well. But... What's the ice that you're thinking about?
It's an interesting run on HQ. There's only 3 tattoos in this deck, so the chances that you're running into a barrier are quite low. I like the poke. We also have got the mark on HQ.
Yeah. Are there 3 tattoos? I think there might only be 2, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that sounds wrong, but Finn has actually only...
Oh, yeah, there's only 2. You're right.
Yep. So, yeah, you think about a Sisenton, I think. A Vampy, you do think about for a bit, but that seems like a fine res. But yeah, you do actually res the Nancy. Okay.
I think Sisenton's might be... Sisenton's the only ice you wouldn't res.
Yeah. And we access a Yodel. Anansi is probably my favorite ice in the game. I love this ice so much. I can't even describe it. I'm so sad that Capybara de-reses it, and I don't get to do my 3 damage. Okay, and we have a Vampy.
We're running archives.
Yes, but I think Jackmade might need to do this so as to not lose the game here.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you just get Regenesis. You could have maybe run the Spin Doctor first.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think I would have wanted to run the spin first. Because
imagine if there's I guess if there's a tattoo ball on archives, you just don't get in and you just lose.
Correct.
And this is so expensive. 8 credits. Delicious. Vampiranasa, Vampire Tribal, pay the tithe. Yes. This is my happiness in Netrunner, making runners pay exorbitant amounts of money to break my ice.
I wonder if we could just feed... Can we just feed... Is there Inside Job in this runner deck? Can we just feed the back pro and then pick up 2 punitives here?
Yeah, here's where the Inside Job comes in handy, huh? There is no Inside Job in this runner.
There's no Inside Job. So Finn might be considering just feeding the back pro here, because we do have the YDL in hand, so you just pick up 7 cards.
That kind of depends on if you have a punitive in hand already, right? Because the odds of finding 2, that is pretty risky.
Surely we have 1 punitive in hand.
Variance can be a fickle mistress.
Yes, it can.
Yeah, Axu saying numbers on Shibboleth are just so bad. Yeah, but if you got 2 shots with them, it's kind of okay. Or the secret tech we never brought out was playing Takobi in this kind of list, just to make up for Shibboleth and Kurapira having mediocre numbers.
Yeah, Finn's considering this. Just doing the math. If there's two punitives. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. And we do.
There's the back pro.
Yeah, but like, does Jackmade bounce the agenda and go back into HQ now? No. Okay, we bounce.
Well, but the thing is, like, wherever Jackmade goes, the ice is gonna have to fire.
Yeah, like you can do a partial break of them, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay, Finn's looking at the top 7 cards.
What's even more interesting is, like, does Finn lose if he doesn't win the game next turn?
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna recover economically, like, really well.
No.
Although if there is a Regenesis in the remote, like...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, you can't over-install it, right? Like, you can still shuffle it back with spin. Like, it's not that dangerous. And we add 7 cards to hand. Now, our H players will know that's a desperation play. Finn is digging for that punitive to save his life.
Yeah. Yeah, adding 7 cards means that...
Finn hasn't found it.
Means we haven't
So he might actually lose this game.
Because usually, so for those who don't know what we're talking about, like, usually you keep a card on top of R&D. Maybe we do have it.
Or this could be a famous value punitive to trash the Kurupira out of hand.
There we go, yeah.
No, it isn't.
So,
kaboom, baby.
We actually had, he probably had a lot of agendas in hand, is why we just, like, picked up all the cards.
That makes sense, yeah.
Just, like, dilute agenda density in hand.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no class act is a big deal.
Is this Karmic Justice? No, they are playing 3 class acts. We are only playing 2 class acts, so, like, we're actually the ones that should have gotten punished. No. Felix... Did Felix do everything right? He played that really well.
Yeah, not drawing class acts really unfortunate.
Yep.
Seems you did the best you could with bad draw. Yeah, I think Finn got it right. I think he did do the best he could with bad draw. I think I would have liked to see it, like, I think just turn 1, he didn't run an open R&D. I think against RH, like, you run for
he
singles.
Didn't? Oh no, he didn't. But like, but that's the fear factor, right? That's like because he played like the rest of the turn in a very setup kind of faction. Like, if you access the wrong card, you could just lose. And I think, like, that's part of why I actually took this list to Worlds, is like, it isn't just what it can do, it's also what the runner is afraid of. Like, what a competitive player in like a high stakes tournament is like psychologically scared of losing an important thing because they just get really unlucky. And so, like, that's something you can exploit.
Right. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like, you have to make that run, because think about every other moment where Jackmade stole an agenda. Did he die to double punitive?
Absolutely.
Yes, he does. So
yes.
So you need to take the early risk, because
you need to try to find the Regenesis on R&D on turn 1.
Well, it doesn't have to be Regenesis. Like, stealing a 5/3 is just fine. Like, if the corp is double punitive and they kill you now, they're gonna kill you later anyways.
Well, but if you steal a Fuji, then like you lose 2 cards. So like at that point, like, you can't spend the rest of your turn doing your setup, because then you would die to a single. So it does delay you a little bit, but it's still a good situation. I understand.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see the other side. It's
just like, I think we can understand why the turn 1 run didn't happen, but I think like your analysis of like trying to steal the first Regenesis as soon as possible to defang some of the worst this deck can do to you was some of the best analysis of the matchup I've ever heard.
It doesn't need to be Regenesis. Like, ideally it's Regenesis, but you just need to steal an agenda.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, like, you can die.
But that's something beautiful I like about this deck. Is like the line of like when I want to steal an agenda and when I don't want to steal an agenda is like a tenebrous, like mystic field, but like you constantly have to understand like when it's good and when it's not.
Ziet says Jackmade could have breakers in hand, which would explain the lack of the run. That's true if you're playing a normal Sable deck. This Sable deck has 2 of every breaker. So
also true. We are insulated. So value punitive doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it's not true for this runner. Because we're playing 2 of every breaker. And like if we have like both Carmins in hand and like we steal a Fuji and we hit both Carmins, like that's fine. Like you take that risk. Ooh, Jackmade says you're the first in Fight Club to beat me.
Pretty good. Yeah, Jackmade's an amazing player. Like I've gotten to play against him sometimes, and just like he also helped me a lot in the first round when I was playing Sable against the Rush Ob, and he gave me a lot of really good advice. I actually consider him to be the best NWE Rush Ob player in the world. I do think I'm biased. I do think our version is better with the Skunk Works, but on that list, I don't know anyone else who knows how to pilot that better than him.
I'm wondering if the other players wanted to just like play one of the other games, like if Ben and testrunning were around.
Oh, that's a good idea. That gives. I don't know how long of a break our current players want, but we could definitely ask. I don't know if they're mentally ready. Like I think it would be Kikai and testrunning could play their next game, but it's not a bad idea at all.
I mean, I wonder if, like, I don't know, it might be the case that, like, Jackmade or Finn is only around for a certain amount of time, so we probably shouldn't, like, start something else and make them wait.
Yeah. No, let's just stay on schedule. Let's take a 10-minute break. As Jai would want me to say, even though he's asleep, stay hydrated. I will also suggest grab an Unbanana, and, for... viewer, the current record is 1-0 for Unband. So Unband won the first RH into Sable, but this was quite favored for the RH. So like the next game could definitely go the other way. 10 minutes of Netrunner philosophy. Let's go. Ooh, I have 3 hours of like Jinteki philosophy just ready in my head. Like I'm gonna make a YouTube video. Like, what is Jinteki? Like it contains multitudes. It's not the right place for it today, I think. And like, spoiler alert, like this RH is not really a Jinteki deck. But I would be very sad if Jinteki as a faction had to pay for bacterial punitive sins. No way Arisana is winning a game? We don't know about that. These are 2 really good Arisana players. We might see an upset. I think the MBN decks are definitely favored, but that doesn't strictly, like, Bridgeman could have easily lost this game here as well. Like, just because you're favored doesn't mean you're deterministically winning. That's the beauty of Netrunner.
No way Arisana is winning a game. Let me see if I agree with that. You got 2 diversions.
Yeah. Like the Arisanas are definitely the underdogs in those respective matchups, but Kikai actually managed to tease out a win against Pravdibost as Arisana in the last round that I was extremely impressed with. Like he practiced that matchup to no end and brought it up to a 50-50. When on the initial glance we had it pegged as like a 20% at best.
Man, Aksu's had some like
hot takes. We will not listen to Aksu today.
Aksu said some stuff today, like calling RH tier 4. But I think I might agree. Like I don't know if Arisana's winning it.
Aksu's just joking. I think that's his style.
I don't know if Arisana's winning any games. I might agree with them on this one.
It's unlikely, but like she could win one game, as a treat.
Let's look at this other match. So Finn's playing Sable against Ob.
Yes.
Let me...
I'll leave you to the analysis. I'll actually go take a bath.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about Sable and Ob. The tier 4 was a joke for the record. Yeah. Oh, both decks have 2 career fairs. We like that. I like career fair. Mutual favor. There's no Waken Plant. Very good. I don't like Waken Plant. Although I think it's like a good enough card to play, but I don't like it. I don't like taking a damage. Nuka, triple Earthrise, 2 Info Bounty, Miss Bones, Mamie, Paladin, 222 Class Act. Finn's like looking good in this matchup. There's 2 mutual favors, one of every breaker, double Shesvi. We're playing the Carmen instead of the Echelon and Amakua, which is actually good in this matchup. There's 1 Stavka, 1 Drafter, double Thimble Rig, 2 Magnets. This deck has a lot of extra stuff, I feel. Like the second Magnet, the second Thimble Rig. The Drafter might prove to be good against the Carmen. Cali testing, triple Ice Wall. Then we've got like the 3-2 package. I think if Finn can find an early Hermes, like this game could go really well for the Sable. I think like just sitting down, I think the Sable is favored into this Ob. Somewhere around like 55-45, no more than 65. But I think the Sable is better than 50% here. Do you think Hotels' career are good enough to cut the draw imports? Yes, I think it is. It doesn't fully compensate for the draw as much as you would like. Like I think Diesel is always best, or like Nuka is also good. And like Hotels, whether or not you have career fair, Earthrise Hotel is not as good as the other options. But playing Earthrise Hotel gives you influence, and you can spend the influence playing the second twinning. I think a lot of I think Cable Carnage's deck, or like the early Sable decks that I was playing with, had 1 twinning, and then you'd play like double Nuka and Biobands. I want to say that was Cable Carnage's list. Was once 1 twinning, 2 Nuka, 1 Biobands. Like I didn't like that. I think you really want the second twinning because you can't really like find your twinning other than like hoping you get it with your class act triggers. So I really want the second twinning.
If a card has winning in its name, it must be good. So might as well play 2 of them. I also I mostly look at it from like the corpse perspective. Like if the runner list only has 1 twinning, it's a lot more fragile to having trash. Like I'm always annoyed when they have a second one after I kill the first one with Sadaka.
Yeah, exactly. Koga says I'm starting to come around on verbal. It looks better than I expected. Do you think 3x Earthrise is better? I don't know. I think I'm kind of coming around is like a little strong. I think I'm starting to respect it more than I did initially.
Yeah, I played with it a bit. It felt pretty fine, I think. And I think like maybe at the end of it all we'll be like, well, these have like pros and cons, and no option is actually the strictly superior one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
D makes a really good point. Like exactly, small nuances like whether you play a paladin affect which one actually ends up being better.
Now
the simple solution is just play the good cards.
Ziet says now you can with the 4 credit event. You can what?
Cut the draw imports.
And play the card that searches for a connection.
I don't know either. I think tutor twinning, right? Yes, very good point. Yes, that's like the biggest application of
Oh,
like
you can
finding
tutor twinning. Yeah,
a
yeah,
virtual
yeah.
card.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
I
I
do
don't.
not believe in the forecast event. Like even though technically it only costs 3 credits, like that's still two more than I would want that card to cost for me to play it, I feel.
I mean, I'll throw our viewers a little bone.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking at Sebastio, and my most recent edit to the deck put a class act and a
I love that.
whatever that card is
Yes,
called.
yes. No, I agree because I've actually been like maybe I played 2 class act, but I think your solution is more elegant. So all right,
What is
fair
that
enough.
card called? Oh, I shouldn't.
It's like Adam shaking hands with Mercury while Dr. Lovegood is like standing over it. I just know the art is amazing. Like, but I think you might have found the one place where that card is actually good. It's pretty interesting.
What's it called? Meeting of Minds. There we go. Yeah, because you're like your deck has a lot of connections, so you like search for it's like a 3 influence class act, and then you actually kind of want class act in there because you have like again a lot of connections. You can kind of like tutor.
Yeah. No, class act has seemed like an amazing influence spend in Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
And the games where I have played with it, I feel like I've always gotten it early and it did a lot. And like I would have been really sad not to have had it, I feel. But also like
not really.
It's a shame like the stream is happening today because like it kind of feels like you're a little kid and like it just snowed outside, right? And like everyone's like out there playing in the snow, like the first day of a new set releasing and like everyone hopping on JNet is like everyone's playing jank, but it's like really fun. And like it's hard to get that spirit back after like in a couple of days the snow won't be as fresh.
How are we doing? Oh, we got a game up.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I'm like I do need to go at 2 o'clock my time, which is in 2.5 hours. So I do like, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, but Axu said he would, even though it's quite late for him, that might actually begin to verge on like midnight. He said like he would pick up the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And Rustryder should also come online in about half an hour.
Okay.
No, usually like this is exactly the time where I actually like to go offline and start heading to bed, which is a bit early even for European standards, but I like to get up at 5:30 in the morning.
All right, let's go.
Yes. Ob into Sable. We internally evaluated this to be about a 50-50, but I could see NWE having a bit of a higher win rate expected percentage. So like maybe I think that's why they kept this matchup over the Mulch RH matchup.
Draw card ice HQ hedge fund after double keep.
Padma is going to be really good. Actually, today with all of the new set dropping hot takes, I'm interested in Padma. I'm not sure if she's gonna be amazing though, but we will see.
Yeah, we'll see. Started out with 2 draws, which makes sense. Got a very open turn. Runner can really do what they want. Just set up their board. Dirty Laundry Archives is very good. And then I don't expect Finn to go for the R&D access here. He'll just like install some cards.
Yep. Although we did see a Hermes install, so like.
Oh, the second ice on HQ.
Second ice on HQ. Makes sense, though. Makes sense. So we're saying we're not going to lose on R&D this turn.
Huh.
And at least we did not get the mark on R&D. So like there's... The RNG gods haven't fully abandoned us just yet.
My belief is catalog.
What do you think is in the remote? Rashida would be fine.
Yeah, it can't be an agenda. This is not.
Yeah, Tucana might be alright if your plan is to then score. If you're desperate enough to score, you know, a hostile as your first agenda.
Yeah, I like this bravado.
Nice one.
D says, my belief is Cataloger Padma is the strongest win con in Netrunner right now. The question to me is whether you want to sacrifice your ID for a win con. That's...
Runner IDs are not that expensive, I feel. Like, you wouldn't necessarily want to sacrifice your corp ID, but, like, runner IDs are a lot less impactful anyways, I think.
I disagree with that.
Fair enough. As I was saying it out loud, I was kind of like, this is a very hard take to make. But I think it's fair to say corp IDs tend to be more deck defining than runner IDs, historically at least.
Deck defining, sure. Powerful, I don't think so.
Well, but yeah, I mean, yes, and also like imagine if we had Ob on the runner side, you know, like imagine the hijinks. Okay, so we did successfully contest the Rashida.
It's very good. Extract the wall-to-wall.
Finding trash on site Spin Doctor. Are we icing the Spin Doctor? That could be actually an interesting play.
Yeah, I think Jackmade needs to make a play here. Like I think putting an ice on R&D is like too slow of a turn.
Having an uncontested Spin Doctor in this particular orb is kind of a play because like you can score an agenda behind this, like with a slashing turn.
Yeah. And then give the runner a Hermes bounce. Like I think there's too much compensation there. That Finn is okay with that. Like if Jackmade ices the Spin Doctor, I think you're happy just leaving it as the runner.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, because like at least Corp isn't also getting Tucana value.
Yeah.
Which like ideally you really have as your first agenda. You want to get those Tucanas to fire.
Yeah, Jackmade's already like a little bit behind here. As I said, like at the start of this game, like I think if Finn finds a Hermes, and then the Sable is like in a great spot. And we install the Hermes on turn 1.
Interesting. Well, Jackmade could still like score an Azef and just like snipe the breaker out of hand or something, right? All kinds of things.
That's fair, but like Finn's in such a good spot here. The ice on R&D,
okay.
Like this is very slow from the corp, and like I don't think Jackmade like has too much of a choice. Like he either has a piece of ice that is not ice wall and Rashida in his hand, or he doesn't.
Right.
And if you don't have Rashida and a non-ice wall ice, then you just gotta put the ice in R&D and wait for next turn.
I was just gonna shut up and let you do the analysis because I think you have a much better grasp of what is going on. But Axel just said people played Essa and that ID does the same thing, and I'm like Essa and Ob doing the same thing is another like marvelously spicy take. They're very deck defining in their own way, but almost like on the opposite ends of what they do. Although they both empty out R&D, I guess.
Trashing the spin, stalling the Chesv.
Yeah.
Jackmade needs a Koke.
Stalling a Chesv that gives us no value on that turn.
It's kind of fun.
But I guess it makes our clicks easier going forward.
Yeah. Jackmade does have one very good thing going for him, though, is that he's got Stavka.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do we have half rune in this deck? We don't. Yeah, I thought I didn't remember seeing it. So there's no half rune.
Most of the cutting edge op lists have started cutting their half runes. They've kind of decided like it's not really worth the hassle. What is?
That, but okay. Yeah, no, I know.
It's a bit of a Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were gonna see. Oh wow. This is desperate, right?
I like this. This.
Yeah, I agree with you liking this. Listen, but like,
it is desperate, but I like it.
It's a good thing Bridgeman doesn't have an inside job. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, or an Amakua.
Right, but you could still get blown out by Boomerang, right?
Yeah, there's 2 Boomerangs. There's 2
Boomerangs and the Shibboleth.
No, Unity. We don't play Shibboleth.
Oh, right.
You think Finn put Shibboleth in his Sable deck?
I like Shibboleth. I'm a fan. I've been coming around to. I understand why the reg players want Unity, but I'm kind of like I'm on the Shibboleth train now.
I have a certain appreciation for Shibboleth too.
I've also given up on playing Sable. I've acknowledged I can't play Sable, so I play Zaya. So know thyself.
Okay, this is good sign. Oh, okay. I was gonna say this is a good sign for Jackmade. Draw, and then think, because we didn't find a breaker, but we did find a breaker. So we're gonna steal this Atlas here.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's Azif. It's not even Atlas.
So the bounce.
Let's bounce the HQ ice.
Does bouncing R&D does bouncing HQ make sense because it costs the corp a credit to install it again?
Exactly.
In Polish, we would say jest taki smutne. It is very, very sad what is transpiring on the board right now. And I don't know why I'm taking NWE's side, but like, I feel like Jackmade deserves to be rewarded for like taking such a risky and interesting line.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what Finn's thinking about here. You have to bounce the HQ ice. Any ice that you bounce, like if you bounce the R&D ice, it allows the corp to reposition it to the remote.
William, just give him time. He will find it. Like just let him find it.
And like if we bounce the remote, like bouncing the remote ice is fine, but like you just get a little bit more value on the HQ bounce because it costs a credit.
And his signature once again.
But I think bouncing the R&D ice is definitely wrong.
Yeah. Well, it constrains the corpse turn a little bit more, I guess, next turn, right? Like, it's like, do you value the credit or do you value click flexibility? But
there we go.
Yeah, we do bounce the HQ.
Swapping the thimble rig to R&D. I like.
And like, let's say we put the border control on the remote, or like the Stavka. I don't know, but like, let's say we do in theory have it actually decent ice on the remote now, but like can we push with this?
We have to be threatening Stavka, which we are at all times. So, and we just use the boomerang. So I think you can. Like Finn's like gonna be very conscious.
Did we cut the flip switch? I think we did cut the flip switch.
Yeah.
Like we ain't got many of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what Jackmade wants here. This is a good turn for the corp.
Yeah. So he was gonna install the Tucana if he still had the stuff though. Oh, sorry, the Azif. Yes. And the tricky bit is like even if you have a pinhole, like you don't know which one of the cards is the pinhole. Like even though this looks really good for Bridgeman, I still fully trust in his ability to like find a way to lose this game. especially if we see an above the law being scored. Oh, okay, right. We get the Mavirus, but we get the Regolith.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so the other card is like a Tucana?
Yeah.
Damn.
This makes sense. Ob wants a Regolith to get their money up.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like one of Jackmade's like favorite parts of the deck is the fact that a virus can find Regolith to like get you a bunch of money.
The other card is either another Mavirus or a Takana.
Another Mavirus would actually kind of make sense. So like I guess like if you have another Azev, like next turn you just pop the Regolith, grab an Ice Wall, and then like the turn after you just like slash and burn, scoring an Azev, and grabbing a Spin Doctor to shuffle the slash and burn back.
Wait, say that again?
Oh no, just like the what this Ob wants to do ideally is then like next turn pop the Regolith, grab an Ice Wall, and then like the turn after you can fast advance out an Azev with a slash and burn, trash the Ice Wall, and grab Spin Doctor.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of ifs on whether or not Jackmade has all the tools he needs to be able to pull that off.
The thing is, that's also a lot of ifs, and it's only getting Jackmade 2 points.
Yeah, and the Tucana trigger, assuming there is a Tucana in the remote, which like gets the engine rolling, right? Like,
yeah,
Jackmade really wants a Tucana fire here.
Yeah, Fid's a little poor here.
Yeah, well, yes.
Just clicking a draw again, which might be okay. Ideally, he's like install Unity, Carpe Diem, and then we can see a free card out of R&D, get our click back. Looks like we don't have that though.
No, but he might have a mutual favor here.
Oh yeah, install mutual favor, run R&D. No, we don't.
No, we get that. But this is still good, right? Like we get the Carmen down, so like assuming we have enough money, the stuff could become less dangerous. We have draw out of our Sword.
Yeah, Finn's in a good spot. I like have the issue of jumping the gun with my match conclusions often, but I'm like, I think,
for sure. Like, no, it's way too early to call this one. I think we've had games where Ben had like 5 agendas in hand on turn 3, and Finn still managed to lose that one. Granted, he wasn't thinking in those games, right? He didn't spend 10 minutes on every decision. So, no, obviously, I'm very happy.
So he iced Archives and then took it back. So Finn's gonna get Archives mark
now. No, we get RNG mark. Truly
mark.
Cursed by the RNG gods.
I mean, Jackmade's got 16 credits. He's got ice installed, but the thing is, like, all the ice isn't that great. Like, Sandstone is the best one. Sandstone costs 5. Sandstone costs 5. Stavka costs 6. That's about it. We still need to install the Unity. So like Finn still has a bit to do, but the thing is like he's got time to do it. Like the Ob has no points.
Yep. Virus. Okay, and we've assembled our breaker suite. We haven't used the Nuka yet, so like maybe that install was a tiny bit hasty.
He's trying to like use his clicks. I think he's understanding that later in the game the Nuka will just
it's
like
gonna
draw
get
into
compressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mutual favor for Unity. So we got all our breakers down. We can start running. Yeah, Jackmade just needs to fast advance 7 points.
Well, but like this Ob ideally scores its first like I want to say 4 points in the ideal case, but like 3 points if you have to, or 2, I guess, because like, you're gonna score those hostiles out of them. But like The game plan is definitely to score at least one agenda in the remote that you then start tearing down.
Mm-hmm.
The other prediction is so this game has been going on for 16 minutes, verging on 17. How much longer do you think it's going to go?
That's a good question. I think the game's gonna end at 30 minutes.
I think it might be 35, but I agree. That sounds about right. But we need to give Finn another 5 minutes to think.
This is just a matter of econ now. We've got all our breakers down. There's no Stavka half-rune trick, so there's no technical situation you need to think about. We don't need to try to boomerang the Stavka.
Yeah.
We're
still trying to find our twinning and then not lose our twinning to above the law, right?
Sure, but but there's nothing this is just you don't actually need twinning. This is just an economic battle.
All right. It's a charitable execution, as we like to say.
Yes.
Clicking for cross. Oh.
Also, Koga, I saw your message. You said does Finn not want Jackmade to put the already? I didn't really understand what that meant. It seemed fine, wherever the thimble rig was. Oh, I think this might have been because of my comment that we're moving the thimble to R&D, which is good. I think the corp just wants to have unknown ice on HQ, so there's always some
we have to assume HQ ice is at least one border control, though, right?
Sure.
Winchester, if you found it, another card with a win in its name, definitely included in your decks. And yeah,
is there a Winchester? There is. There's one.
There has to be, right?
There's one.
Yeah, these odd lists love their one-off Winchester because that's usually the first thing you grab when a Tucana gets to fire.
Yeah. Second Chesby, info bounty, running R&D.
Okay.
Oh, Finn was
doing
doing
math. Can we break Stavka?
Yeah, we got 6.
I think we're credit perfect to break Stavka, right?
That's why we took a credit on click 1.
Ooh. How much is this?
It's 5.
Two real credits, which we're getting rebated from the info bounty. Makes sense.
This is good.
Yeah. It's a good thing we didn't find that agenda here, though. If that had been a steal, that may have sealed this game. No.
I don't know.
Another interesting question.
I think installing Chesby install info bounty was already enough of a seal. We didn't need to steal an agenda there. But okay.
All right. if you say so, I'll gladly take your word for it. Do you farm this ice wall in HQ? Are you interested in getting a Kurapira counter?
I don't want to pay a click and a credit. I might pay a click and a Chesby credit on a future turn.
Right.
But I wouldn't pay.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I have to assume this ice wall is not sticking around. And if Finn had a pinhole in hand, it would have been interesting to consider potentially pinholing what
That's
likely
true.
Is Tucana.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I think we only play one pinhole.
Yeah,
so odds are not super high of already having that in hand.
Mm-hmm.
No, the info bounty and the Chesby both definitely go a long way towards winning this game.
Oh, Koga, you're saying we want to bounce the R&D ice potentially because then we can't put the thimble on R&D. I didn't think about that, but I don't think... I think having an open R&D was fine for the
It's something worth considering, though.
Yeah.
Right? It takes away... I think there's almost a philosophical difference between bouncing HQ ice is better credit wise, but bouncing R&D wise gives the corp less flexibility in what they do in their next turn. But if Finn came to the conclusion that bouncing HQ was correct, then it probably was. And no, it's not a thinking. It's a be right back. All right.
Well, it's also Jackmade's turn.
Yes, of course.
Although extracting the wall to wall, or sorry, the wall to wall, extracting the ice wall for a spin doctor is like we've now lost our as if slash and burn trick.
True.
Oh no, what's the plan?
I have
here?
a curiosity of why Axu is rooting for NWE when he put Unband to win on his prediction sheet. So like he's gonna cost himself some points today.
Yeah, Coca, that's true. That Finn could have like no way of getting a Hermes to bounce to prevent the score. But I think my point is you don't need to prevent the score. Like that was the ideal turn for the Corp, and if they have that, like they get 2 points. Like that's okay. Draw a card, hedge fund, discard 2. We're gonna put agendas back into R&D, and we're gonna find them with this info bounty R&D mark that we're about to roll.
Didn't we just roll it? Oh no, this is still from last turn. Well, Archives is just as good.
Archives is just as good. It's probably better actually.
Well, you're gonna get a purge on Archives. Like the Sandstone is going back to being 5 strength on the encounter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. That's why Archives is better because you gain the 2 credits up front and you can spend them on R&D run if you need. Gonna draw with Nuka first, try to find a Carpe Diem.
It makes sense, yes. Find the Carpe, find the Dirty Laundry.
Yeah.
Even a Shogamble would be kind of fine here, I guess. I don't know if you're happy to find the border control in R&D if you just have 1 click left. So.
You're not gonna have a click left. You have a Sable click.
Yeah. If you commit the Spin Doctor to shuffling back 2 agendas, that's a Spin Doctor and the calibration testing that are then both not in your deck.
We're shuffling back spin and another spin card.
Okay. How many agendas in HQ at this point?
At least 2. There's 11 agendas in this deck, right? Pretty sure.
Well, we got rid of 1 with the Spin Doctor.
Yeah, there's 11 agendas in this deck. I think there's at least 2 agendas.
Given the relatively shaky start Jackmade had, he might have been quite flooded from the beginning, though.
Well, he kept his hand.
That's true. Fight Club 3, Architects of Tomorrow edition. Architects of Eternity. Ooh.
Career Fair twinning. Oh, that feels so good. Play that gamble now. Career Fair twinning.
Well, we don't have to play gamble. We can just use Chesed to fuel it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we can just like run R&D.
Could do Fight Club 3 correspondence Netrunner, where we just write each other letters on like water turns.
I think Finn is realizing that he doesn't actually want to make a run on a central, so he should have career faired the twinning first and ran.
Yes, and just use Chesed during the run. Pump a breaker, get a twinning counter.
I think that's what this pause is. This pause is Finn going like, dang it. Now I have to spend another
like if this is the level of mistake he does, like that's fine. Right?
Kelly is still in the bin, yeah.
Especially if Corp just next turn fast advances out above the law and trashes the twinning anyways.
That's okay.
It's very worth thinking about for a while here. Like, what's your read on what the face down ice is?
Not my best ordering.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
We got him. See, it's one thing when you predict what your opponent is going to do, but it's another. It's a whole other level when you predict the misplay your opponent made.
Oh, well, I do that all the time because I play PE, right? Like, I make my money doing exactly that.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's more like, how can I maximize the chances of making my opponent misplay? That's like off the beaten path of becoming an actually good competitive Netrunner player.
No. Like, giving your opponent opportunities to misplay is a very important thing to learn to do.
Oh, for sure. But like, I'm not sure if you should structure your entire strategy to win the game around.
No, I think sometimes I make plays like that. Like sometimes there's an objectively correct play, given fully open information, and then like and sometimes I won't take that line, and I'll take a slightly worse line because it gives my opponent a chance to throw the game.
Yeah, it wasn't a strict misplay, but I still fondly remember your Worlds 2022, like playing the sports medal, and your opponent's about to hippo the Fairchild 3 next turn.
I don't think that falls into what I was describing, but I think that was like...
No, but it was still exploiting your opponent's mental states to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
They hard telegraphed like what their line was gonna be next turn.
Oh man, what a good moment.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see this on the stream. I think you can, but if you rewatch the 2022 Worlds where I was playing against Scry, like on that turn where I installed 3, like you could see him like see that I installed 3 cards, and there was a moment where he like shrugs a little bit. And he's like,
oh my God,
let's do this. Because I think he was like considering the fact that the other cards were relevant, and then he was like, no, let's run the Fairchild. There is a moment I think you can see on the stream, like doing that, which was like very, very good. Interesting.
Yeah, we were all wearing masks back then, so like you can't really see that well what's going on in the face.
Yeah. But you got like the little like the shoulders go up
the
like
body
slightly,
language, absolutely,
and then you're like your head kind of like tilts one way a little bit. Eli says
that's why in my book you're a queen. You know, you're not a pure reg type player. You're also trying to analyze your opponent on a psychological basis.
Most inspirational tournament I've ever seen.
So, what's your thought process as to up here, then? Like,
we swapped Thimblerig to the remote, which like weakens the remote because like Thimblerig is just like by far the worst ice in your deck for the purposes of break numbers. Like it's worse than Ice Wall because Ice Wall is an unrezzed piece of ice that
I slightly disagree because Ice Wall feeds Kurapira, but Thimblerig doesn't.
Oh, that's true. But like Ice Wall, but like, yeah, I was gonna say like a face down Ice Wall could be something else. So like if you don't res the Ice Wall,
yeah. But like you don't actually, as this corp, want to leave an Ice Wall res for a long time in this matchup. Like you try to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But as long as it's unrest, yeah, sure, it can be a stack. That's pretty good.
I don't know. I think like Finn's gonna start the turn at $7. We're gonna have 3 Mamie counters. We can play any event we want for free or it's gamble.
What if we play the one-off? What's the card called? Let's just say Katorga Breakout. Like we find the line to get a game loss.
That's how Finn loses this game. Is he finds out he queued the wrong
loaded the wrong list. Yes.
Hey, I've done that. That was my famous Intercontinentals game loss against Finn.
Oh yeah, right. That's why he won that year as well, right?
No, I beat him round one. I beat him round one, and then and then at the end of the game, like Orbital comes in and was like, "Hey, you played a mad dash. You're not supposed to have a mad dash." And the mad dash wasn't relevant in that game. I just like happened to play it and it failed, and I took a meat damage. And then I got a game loss.
The game losing, failing mad dash, right?
And then Finn went on to win Intercons without losing a game. Although, like, I think
that was very clean.
The key, like, the thing is, like, I only lost. All three of my losses were to Finn in that tournament, and I ran once and I corped twice. And in our matchup, like, our corp was the not favored one, so like I lost the dice roll as well as like the game loss situation.
By the way, William, you are unfortunately wrong. This game has not ended by the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, I noticed that 2 minutes ago too. I was like, oh.
But I'm probably gonna be wrong as well. I don't think we're gonna see an end to this game in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah. We got a border control and R&D with the hostile score and the Takana. Yeah. Like this is a losing battle though, because like we just gave the runner a bad pub.
Giving the runner a bad pub here does not feel good. It's like the Thimblebrick swap onto the remote telegraph that you're gonna try fast advancing, but like I'm not sure if it was Jackmade who said like this deck really doesn't want to score the hostile as its first point. In fact, like ideally it's like your fifth point that you actually get in the game. But certainly not the first, because like Finn's gonna have this bad pub just for the rest of the game now.
Oxy says I am down for game lossing him. We have the TO on our side.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing Alexi is an Unband. So like he can veto the injunction. I don't know what the legal process is of getting a game loss. Here. Would you ever consider becoming a Netrunner lawyer?
Like you're asking, like actually, like working on the NSG.
I'm mostly asking as a joke, but I guess now, now there's a real consideration. Ooh, the ice wall, though. I mean, it lets us fast advance something, but like, if we have agendas in hand, they might actually get stolen.
Yeah, this is a little odd res.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess the ice wall does actually end up costing Finn a real credit.
Oh, but like, it does. But like later down the line, it lets you. Oof.
Yeah, it lets you trash it.
Yeah. Hey, I could be wrong. Finn could lose. Finn could win the game. Finn could lose. Yes, Freudian slip. Finn could win the game on this axis.
He could. Although his Hermes is going to work against him.
Yes, very true. So again, like, do you bounce the R&D ice? Like, Corp's kind of rich.
Oh, no. You just bounce both of them. You don't have a choice.
Oh, right. Of course. How could I not see this line? Yes. Of course you just bounce both of them. Silly.
Okay.
He is. That's why he is the Intercontinental Champ 20. I don't even know which year it was. 2021? Damn.
2022.
Oh. And the Mamie isn't even upset at those steals. She's still behaving. Ooh, but we're surgically trashing the Tucan. Do you even need to? Oh, I guess for the border control. Although, like, the calibration testing being in the bin, you're not even upset if the thimble gets the border control, I think.
I think the thing is, you're actually just not playing the pinhole costs you a Mamie credit and a bad pub to trash. Whereas,
right.
So, like, running the remote.
Well, but like, here's my. Oh no, but there was a thimble rig on there, right? No, it wasn't the ice for you, because otherwise you'd be getting a Kurapura counter as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is rough. Like, maybe you were right about what you were saying earlier. But I have faith. I believe in my boy Finn. You can still lose this game. Come on. Is Diversion a dead card here?
Yeah. I don't know. The corp is 15 credits. I think if you keep running and Jackmade continues to res ice, and you can diversion them down to 0, then it matters. But unless you're diversioning them down to 0, I think it's a dead card.
So I was playing Zaya, right? I've started enjoying the one-off diversion as a kind of it's harder to play around than if the runner has 3, of course you're gonna ice HQ. But in my Fight Night game, I basically won that game on the second turn because my opponent could not afford to play around my one-off diversion funds.
Oh, I had my Fight Club game. I'm playing in the Fight Club for people who've died, and we have an Audacity.
I'm very sad to hear that you died. Ooh,
above the law.
Above the law.
That's like a step in the right direction.
True.
I played Atea against 419. I was playing like a seamless launch Audacity.
And you ran archives and you took 6 net damage. Should we call that the Augustus season?
I was playing Atea.
Oh, of course.
And the 419 across from me only had 2 diversions in their deck, and I was like I could ice HQ here, but nah. So I
But if they have 2, you kind of got it though, right?
I had NGO to mitigate. I was my turn was install NGO, install Thimble Rig, install Rashida, advance NGO.
Wait, which Atea were you playing though?
It's like a timely public release seamless launch.
Ah, right. Well, you should be on my Yagura Atea. Come on. That deck doesn't boost to diversion, of course.
Look, I'm not trying to rival Finn's game time.
Dude, that deck wins pretty quickly. I finish my games in less than 40 minutes. My Fight Night game with it was over in 17, I think.
Hey, Finn might finish this game in under 40 minutes. We have 55 seconds to do that.
I don't think so.
It's not in archives.
No, I don't think Jackmade would throw the game on just
second to winning. This is why we play Earthrise, so that we can have the second twinning in our deck.
Yeah.
Also, you said we call this the Augustus Caesar, and Augustus in chat says rude but fair.
Look, it's if you die in a very spectacular way, you get something named.
Yeah. That's good. I remember scrolling through that stream. That game was streamed, and I was like, ooh, I'm just interested in the results of this match. So I was scrolling through the games, and when I got to your game, Augustus, I was like, okay, Augustus is playing against this PE. And then you kind of scroll to the end of the game. Oh, okay, we found the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, and
out of 20
watchers, this one 40 minutes. There we have
40 minutes. So we I found the end of the game where you see it's the end of the game when you see the end of this screen that you're looking at right now, right? Where somebody has won and you got the stats. And I was so I saw the stats and I saw that Augustus had agendas in his score area. So I was like, all right, Augustus won the game. And then I was going to keep going. And then I was like, wait a second. Augustus has no cards in hand. I should actually check to make sure that he actually scored out and he didn't die. And then I was like, oh, that's what happened.
I just want to take a moment. I'm so proud of my boy, Timothy Bridgeman. He did it. That's why I brought him on. That's why I'm not playing this week, because I needed him to do exactly what he did right here.
Oh, he sniped the 2 agendas out of hand with that triple twinning access. But yeah, most important bit was the start. Start was too slow. Yeah, as I said, like I think Finn won when he found the second Chesby and the info bounty, and like he was well on top of the corp there. So far, it is indeed 2-0 for Unband. So NWE needs a reverse sweep. Although we don't want to say too much because my team got reverse swept round 1, so it can happen.
Anything could still happen. I think like for Unbound, we got 2 good matchups and a bad matchup, and let's see if they can convert their bad matchups into wins.
Oh, that's true. For NWE to win this, they need to beat R plus with Arisana. I think the NBNs and Arisanas are going next.
Yes. Yes, Brandon will be going last. I want to say we saved the best for last. It's kind of true, but also like Ben is an amazing player as well, as is testrunning. So like we have a whole spectacle ahead for the rest of this. I'm not sure if he's ready yet, but we should start looking into bringing Rustryder on around this point as well.
Okay, let's see if we've got some other stuff going on. And here's this. This is the next game. I'll send a message to Rustryder.
Yeah, I'll stay on. I'm starting to get a bit peckish actually, so like I'll stay on, but if Arndt joins up, I'll just pop back and relax and enjoy the commentary.
Sounds good.
Okay, and they're going right into the furnace, winning that Ari game while they're still fresh.
Oh, true. Yeah, they need to win. They need to win this Arisana game right now. Okay, Arndt said 1 minute, so could swap. Where to put myself? That's fine. I guess I'll leave myself here.
I think like I'm very curious to see where Arisana goes with the new cards as well. I think she's getting a bunch of toys. And so far she's kind of been hovering in that like tier 1.5 space. I'm curious if it'll push her up to become an actual tier 1 deck.
Okay, Ben took a mulligan and testrunning kept their hand. That's step 1 to an Arisana win. Installing 3 cards. It's a good start for R plus still that we have 3 installable cards.
Sure gamble.
Draw gamble run HQ. Looking for a crypto crash. We found it.
Ooh.
And
the Nuka.
We found it.
That's about as good as it can go, right?
Federal, Maryland, that's really good for the corp.
True. Unlike Winchester and Twinning, Federal, a card that has fun in its name. That's how you know it's a fun card.
Also, I realized I'm going to have
Koga, listen, there's exceptions. There's people who can pilot Arisana at a level where for some reason she becomes tier 1. But for most of us mortals, I will agree with William's earlier statement. This is just Hoshiko with extra steps.
Should we swap on Rustryder? I think he's ready.
Yes. Okay, let me just bow out. It's been an absolute pleasure casting this. Best of luck to all the contestants. I hope you all have a lot of fun, and I'm excited to join you on the bench just watching instead of spectating this beautiful game.
All right, thanks for joining us. Okay. All right, we're gonna call Rustryder. Hello. Hello. Want to give yourself a little intro?
Yes, it's your boy. No, I'm not good with intros. My name is Arndt. I'm fully part of the Unband gang, and I'm here to do some commentating, and like maybe a little more, how do you say, like less philosophical and just more like fun stuff and like trash talk.
All right. Well, we had a lot of philosophy earlier in this stream.
Yes. It's always like when Leopold's talking, it's always like I need to have a dictionary by my side to know what he's saying. Okay, but I think we should get to the game, right? We get a Rustryder fire.
Yeah, Rustryder fire.
And I was also wondering, like, I saw the first 10 seconds, and you guys were so hyped. Yeah, like testrunning's doing it. Let's go. So I was wondering, like, we are still doing like pro? We are for Ben, right? For Kikai? Or is it like how do you say, like?
We are cheering for Ben, but like the Arisana is like a very is like a very unfavored matchup, and also like NWE needs to win the next 3 games to take it. So there's a lot of I think a lot of neutral observers are probably cheering for Arisana here.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Diversion though, probably can't duck this, but we probably don't need to.
Yeah, but that's all the only one, right? So no, we don't need to install ice ever again.
I mean, we're like, are we installing ice?
Whenever I play Ben, he says like he likes to delay it as long as possible.
Yeah.
So I could see like maybe not this turn, and then like a turn or 2 from now, like 3 installs just ice. So we kind of hamper the little Rozeki thing. What's it called? Like vernissage?
Yeah.
Something vernissage for as long as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 'Cause I was thinking like to score, we kind of want to put an ice or 2 up. But like I can see him doing a turn where he like puts a card in the remote and like put 2 ice on top. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah,
I bet he's thinking about the ice now. He's like, can I put ice yet? No, I can't.
You gotta click on Regolith first.
Yeah, just get 1,000,000 credits.
Mm-hmm. Looks good.
Also, somewhat not really crucial, but like a little point. As long as there's no ice, there's also no bravado.
Oh, how many of those are there?
1, I think.
Let's see. Yeah, there's 1.
I think that there's no Amani res on the HQ runs could mean 2 things. Oof.
Ooh.
Okay. It meant the other thing.
It means there's no Amani on the board.
There's no Amani on the board. And there's 1 agenda, at least in HQ. There was.
Oh no. Arisana's doing it. Although we've got a Rustryder. We've got a Rustryder, double Federal, double Maryland. Like, the Corp has the dream board, but the points are in the wrong score area. But that's the thing, like, we're drawing a lot of cards. The Corp is drawing a lot of cards, and we're installing a lot of non-agendas. So it makes sense that with these like HQ runs are yielding a high agenda density.
Yeah.
Could it be the legendary double Arisana win? Ooh, true. True.
I think it's interesting because Ben drew, so he's about to like overdraw. So we could see some like shuffling back agendas now. So I definitely want to see the Oppo for 1,000,000,000.
Oh yeah, we can Oppo for 4 here.
Ice is definitely the question. I mean, if 1 click is Spin Doctor, install Oppo Research 1 click. I'm not sure if 1 ice is worth it, but I mean, if you're tagged, I think you can put down ice more easily and just trash the urban art.
Yeah.
Especially if you have what's it called? Wage workers.
Yeah.
So it's 3 installs, and then we see the double eyes. Very nice.
Okay. We're not discarding because of the wage workers click.
Yeah. Okay.
But no
Oppo.
Oppo.
Holy moly.
Uh-oh.
Oppo. Yes.
Oh.
Okay. I wasn't gonna say it, but like.
All right. We're looking for
Amani
Crypto
at least.
Crash.
One Amani for the boys.
We're thinking about something.
Maybe there's also a Spin Doctor, and Ben just didn't want to discard, and instead just like kept the agendas in HQ and iced it.
So there's Crypto Crash, Oracle Think Tank, tomorrow's headline, and 2 more Bellonas.
How many viruses do we have?
Viruses, probably none. We're shuffling 2 Rashidas back.
Yeah.
Access, nothing.
I mean, it's kind of
Going
untrashable
again?
with no money.
That's true. 3rd card, nothing. Okay.
We're living, baby. But also no trash and no steal means still no Oppo, so...
There are no viruses.
Normal virus. Great. Am I good to know? Not great.
There's no virus. There's no Amani.
But there's one in the deck, right?
Koka says Biotic Amani now. I don't know this deck well enough. Let's see. There is 1 Biotic. How much? There's 2 Amanis.
Okay. I was wondering.
This is one of the board states of all time. That's true. Corp has money, has draw, has wage workers, has 2 ice on HQ. Runner has no breakers.
We're drawing through the R&D deck, so any excess now with the 3 counter conduit is definitely extra juicy.
There's the ice. It's the 3rd ice. And another card.
Oh baby.
Can we just sneak a 2-pointer on the board here with an Amani?
I was gonna say, like, how sick would you be to put like any agenda on the board right now that's not a 1-pointer?
I think I would do it. Although test running has been like running very aggressively, so then like that would be a point against doing it. You get clock threat down and check remotes.
Does it have clock?
It...
I need to open the deck list.
Yeah, me too. We don't have Clot. We do not have Clot in this deck.
Okay, so that's the juiciest biotic for 7. I mean, we can somewhat duck with the self-modifying code.
Mm-hmm. Got a bunch of.
You know what the play is? You want to hear it? So the play is Kikai Biotics, puts it to 3, asks for action, test running, spends money, ducks to duck the crypto, but it was actually tomorrow's headline all along, and we get self-modifying code, not self-modifying code, self-growth.
Yeah.
You hear it here first.
What do we have? We have market forces and shipment from Vlad. There's no self-growth.
Okay, then
unfortunately,
maybe I'm too optimistic.
We're purging. That's interesting. That's where like a little scared of Arisana's ability to get in.
Yeah, I don't think test running can be kept out for at least a little access. like a little exercise treat, and one basically with 3 counters, one R&D is like should very much be game.
Yeah, purge seems fair. Yeah. Cleaver Bravado.
HQ's interesting.
Oh, the Hush.
The instant Hush.
Yeah. Show me Starlit Night. Aww.
This is such a different matchup if there's no Oppo research. Like, if test running never steals a 1-pointer, then like one of the most important cards for A plus is just blank.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like, yeah, we don't trash anything. We can't Oppo. Like, are we actually... Like, how bad is it right now for the Corp?
Hella bad.
Yeah, hey, because the Corp needs to like the runner just installs breakers and like they got $5. Like money should be coming in. We ignore the board, so we're not spending money on too much. What were you saying?
Yeah, it's just like if Testrunning never steals a 1-pointer, I think the odds are very much in his favor.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they know it, so... Whew.
Yeah.
Whew. So now Kikai has like to... I think Kikai knows this as well, so he now has to like find a way out of this.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what's the way.
You can like try to stack ice on a remote. How much ice do we even have in this deck? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ice, and there's already 4 on the board.
I think installing ice and like even just like baiting the run, like make a remote, put stuff in it, and then you can maybe get the runner to steal a 1-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just put one on the board right now. Maybe this is the miracle.
Yeah, exactly.
The miracle 1-pointer.
No.
Ooh, that's not it. But now, yes.
Yeah. Test running's not trashing it. Very good. He knows.
Also just 1 check, right? Also interesting.
Yeah. Didn't want to see the other card.
We're drawing. I can't see this.
I mean, we have to, right? Like, both players sitting here just favors the runner.
Yes. If server 14 isn't an agenda, which would be very bad, like the small one. Now we need a remote and like bait the run, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to find a way to feed the think tank.
Yeah. Or like even maybe make them spend some money through like to a point where they can't steal Bologna.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, this is so just more. So the problem with the server 14 is now that the fact that it wasn't scored means it's not of super importance. So it's either a 1-pointer or just another spammy asset.
Yeah. Like a Wage or an Amani or a B1000.
Yeah. So now Ben is asking again, you want to check those two? Well, I feel like 17 is the 1 pointer. Where to put the ice?
Although it's too long of a pause. If you want the runner to check, you need to like install it and then pass the turn. You know. We're over. Wait, did we just overwrite another ice on HQ?
Yeah, for the Pikachu.
Oh, right, yeah. We're just denying the Trojans.
It's a very expensive game, like Kikai is playing, because it costs us a click. Ooh, dirty laundry.
Ooh, we get to see what this ice is. Ping. That makes sense. Ping's not that good anymore. You're looking for like all of your ice that is not ping in VSA. Finding your Message Chesvo, Starlit Knight.
I mean, now on 12, we can definitely biotic out the Crypto Crash, because it's not dodgeable.
Yeah.
In a meaningful way.
Do we have it? There's also
I know we have to.
There's also only one biotic.
Yeah.
Test Running's Trojans. Let's see what he has. Test Running has 1 Ika, 2 Slap Vandal, and 2 Cubans left, and another Hush. There's a fair amount.
Yeah. Like Ben can't keep on trashing the ice for long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we only used 1 Spin Doctor so far, so maybe.
Yeah, there's 2 more spins. There's 3 more pieces of ice.
Are we doing it?
Oh, we're doing it. Oh, we're waiting for action to see if we want to wait. No, there's no clot. Why are we waiting? Okay, we can wait now. But like the runner has 12 credits. Like they're not going to spend money to duck below 7. It costs 2 credits for gaining 2 credits next turn. Having 2 credits this turn is better.
I think you just go up to 6, right? Do you? Huh? Maybe just 1 is enough.
Yeah, I think you pay 1. I think you pay 1, and then if that's good enough. Because the runner's not going to pay all 5 of their credits here to go to 0. Yeah.
So what's the bounce? Lily pad?
Yeah. Yeah, I think 5 credits was fine. But like Ben has a lot of money, so but this money could go away. Like 26 credits, we res a couple ice, and we probably have enough for the rest of the game.
Yeah. What I really like last runner turn was not checking the remotes either. So 17 could still be the 1 pointer, because testrunning checked so regularly that Ben was expecting a check, and testrunning didn't give it to him.
Yeah, that's very important.
So technically both the 1 pointers still could be on the board, and then now the next check is more likely.
Oh,
baby, that's a spin, right?
Okay. So we put a hush down on HQ. Do you think Ben's gonna kill the ice?
How many more do we have left? Ooh, and the simul chip backup. So
yeah.
It depends. I think if it... Oh, no, it's just the money. That's the problem.
I think with the single chip backup, you can't do it.
In a way, like, Ben can't win the long game. So I think you just trash it and text the single chip. Because we're already shuffling back eyes. So we're getting ready to trash more eyes.
Although shuffling back the biotic, like that's our only out.
Yeah. In a way. Like, we can get one more crypto crash, but then what?
Well, no, you get one more crypto crash, and then the runner's at 0, and then you install Bologna with an ice on top of it, and then you seamless launch to score it.
There's one seamless in here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's one seamless, and it is in the bin. But yeah, so I guess we're like a long ways from that.
Okay, so I made a prediction on the runner turn. I now make the prediction Ben is gonna install a 2-pointer and it gets stolen.
Like a naked one?
Yes.
All right.
Like, the problem is, I think Ben knows. I think they both know that he can't keep on fast advancing forever.
Yeah.
The biotic is definitely good to like show the runner, okay, I will keep on fast advancing, but you can't do that to 7. The deck is just not capable of that. So at some point, you're gonna need to hit the table. And with the game running longer, at some point, the Arisana can just check every card. Especially since we suspect 11 and 14 to be 1-pointers. And like 10 turns from now...
Oh, we drew the biotic with the Federal.
Okay, never mind. Look at me talking all this stuff, and then Ben just says, okay, let me get this.
We just Federaled the biotic after the spin shuffle. And then we score... Okay, we score headline. That's fine. Market forces? Do we boost this? We can boost by 1. Boost by 1 and make it trace 4 and then bounce the cleaver. Or actually no, because cleaver costs a click and 2 credits to install. Yeah, boost by 1 is fine. And then you play the market forces, and then here's the thing. So next turn, this is what Koga is saying. Next turn you install advance and put an ice on top. And
I think you just trash the urban art, right? Or do you? Sorry,
yeah, you could do
I think yours is a bit smarter if we want to score out like next turn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are trashing the urban art. That's also fine.
In a way, that's better for the long game, depending on how many are in the bin. Oh, they're all in the bin. Okay, that was a good catch.
Yeah, testrunning discarded 1 early. Okay. Can we jam Bologna now? Install advance, install ice?
This it's a bit dependent on like the burst money situation. Like, there's no bravado anymore. Do we have overclocks?
Do we?
I don't know. I'm just looking.
No, we don't. There's 3 laundry, 3 creative, 3 gamble. 2 Cuban. We might just be able to score a Bologna here.
Yeah, I mean, from this, I just love how a turn ago I was like saying this is unwinnable. And
Me too.
Just a little biotic top deck is all you need sometimes.
Here we go. Okay. That's not a Bologna. Oh, here's the line. Okay. One of these is a Bologna.
They're all Bolognas.
One of them is a Bologna, and the other one is a Spin Doctor. And we're going to spin the Seamless, and then pick it up with the Federal fundraising again.
I think it's very possible. Because what kind of 3 cards do you install at this point? Could be just like redrawn Marylands.
Yeah, that's probably redrawn Marylands.
Oh, baby.
It's the odds are actually not that bad because when you pop the that's just the B1000. When you pop the Spin Doctor, you can pick up Seamless Launch and Biotic, and then there's like 11 cards left in the deck, and there's two targets, and you're gonna see like 4 of them. That's pretty good odds.
Let's see if the psychic ability came through and you got the line.
I don't know. I think that one. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
imagine if this play actually like were to happen and we called it. How sick were we? Wait, we're shuffling? Don't tell me.
Oh.
Don't tell me. If it's anything, if it's seamless, okay, we are hovering biotic. Like the problem is, if we put in seamless, we kind of say 21 is a Bologna.
Yeah. And federal. Okay.
Okay, we're not saying 21 is a Bologna.
Did you watch last game?
A bit. Not all of it.
I called Finn's misplay, where he took a turn. He took a turn where he ran archives, and then he to like pop a Spin Doctor, and it was archives. It was Mark, so like he got $2 and got a click back, and then on click 2 he on click 2 he like career fairs a twinning, and then he sat there like and he didn't do anything for a couple seconds, and I was like, okay, so he misordered his turn, and he should have career faired the twinning first and then ran archives to use the Shesvi to boost the twinning, and now he's like, oh crap, I need to make another run, and he doesn't want to make another run, and then that's what happened.
Nice. Okay, my goal is to make such a prediction as well this coming stream.
Another ice on HQ.
Well, unfortunately, Brandon doesn't make mistakes, so I have to find something else.
Runners picking themselves back up.
23 is an agenda.
Is it?
I'm not sure.
I think that's a bad time to install an agenda.
Is it? Why?
Yeah, because you installed one card, and the runner had 6 credits at the start of the turn, compared to last turn when the runner had 3 credits and you installed 3 cards.
Yeah, but it's called reverse psychology.
Yeah, that's exactly what the runner wants you to think. Yeah.
Okay, I have to take it a bit down with the predictions, because if I hit it, it will be not as impressive if I had 21 wrong ones prior.
No, it's okay. We'll only clip the one that's right.
Great.
Yeah.
First take.
Exactly.
Oh, baby. Is it now the Bologna time?
Install 3. Install 4. Uh-oh.
Yeah. What is going on?
Well, what's going on is he's making me zoom out.
Do we even have enough asset?
Everybody on
these
the
are not
stream.
all agendas?
Yeah, right. Okay, so we've got a Bologna. We've got a Oracle Think Tank. We have a Maryland campaign. And we have either a Wage or an Amani. Or Rashida. That's fine, too. Testrunning is just going to check all 4 of these.
Yes. I think it was to be expected.
Which
the last one is the last one is the 1-pointer.
Yeah, it's the 1-pointer. Oh.
Don't tell me.
Oh.
Oh, I can't look at it. Oh my god.
It was. It was. No way. Okay. Wait, so now we're tagged. Now we can trash the whatchamacallit, trash the environmental testing, play the market forces and Oppo, and then we win next turn on the shipment from Vlad.
Yes.
Oh, and we also bounce a card with Amani.
Oh, baby.
Oh, no.
We be bouncing. I don't want to call it too early, but like the way Ben has played it until here, from the point he was at, very impressive.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, no. We added Simulchip to the grip. Okay, that just takes away some options. I like that. Oh, DZMZ Bounce the Force Trash is also pretty cute.
I mean, Conduit is never getting in twice, so you can trash it like without any.
Yeah. I think I would have bounced the Breaker there. Oh yeah, Server 5. Ziat says Server 5 Ice suddenly seems very relevant. That's so true. Because that's the B1000. So now we like Oppo. Now we Oppo and install an agenda and Naked and then put another Ice on top of the B1000. Because test running discarded both copies of Pinhole threading early in the game. So both copies of Pinhole are gone.
I was wondering like why is there even 2 pinholes in here? And now it's like okay, now they wish they had it.
Oh, we're not
but
installing.
We're somewhat doing it slow.
Oh, we don't need to install because we have shipment from Vlad. So actually we just like B1000 all of the runs.
Yeah.
And we win with shipment from Vlad.
Oh no, we can't do all of the runs.
3 of them, yeah.
Unless there's one more tag game.
Yeah.
I just also love the fucking long con of like the B1000 ice. I was like, what is this doing here? Why are we icing this?
yeah.
We have land tags, we win anyway, and now it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Me too. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, what are we doing? Why are we icing this B1000? Also, Augusta says Pinhole not amazing versus B1000, to be fair. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Shows how little I know the matchup.
The B1000 long con. Oh.
Okay, so if there's a line for test running, what is it? I suppose 21 could be another another 1-pointer.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, I think you just like check the board, maybe. Like you have to run the server that has the agenda 4 times.
Yes, and not get tagged in the meantime.
Right, which means you need to run a remote.
Yeah, running 4 times, 21. And then you buy yourself 1 more turn.
Right. Yeah. Oh, we've lost. There's just no way. Like I was gonna say you can also hope that there's no shipment from Vlad, but there's 3 cards left in R&D, so we definitely have the shipment from Vlad, unless we've discarded it. We could have discarded it. But I think if we discarded it, then Ben would know that, so he would have installed the agenda last turn instead of taking a credit.
Most definitely, yes. Nothing but tag matters, right? So we don't pay you.
Yeah. Yeah, the runner needs to break the tag sub. And then we continue and hope that it's virtual service agent. Or no, we hope it's ping and then it's virtual service. Oh no, because virtual service agent actually gives us a tag, so we don't have a code gate breaker. So what ice are we actually hoping this is?
There's no, I don't think there's a combination that's not either tagging us or like ending the run.
There's another sentry.
Yeah, but is there 2 smilings?
Oh yeah, it's smiling. It's 1 smiling, 1 Starlit Knight.
Yes, Match Investor can't be broken. Ping gives attack. I'm just talking about innermost, right? Because the hush doesn't matter.
Also, we just took a take,
Nope.
so the game is now over.
Supposedly.
Unless...
To be honest, I thought the game was over in the runner's favor.
Yeah.
Some times ago, so let's not call it too early. Looks pretty over.
Yeah, only out is to trash 1001 and snipe. Let's see it. Installing simulchip. We have to run the B1000 here.
Yes.
And like hope it's ping.
I guess the most likely eyes is the one that gains and the runs, right?
Yeah, Starlit Knight, yeah. That makes sense. Ooh, okay. So we needed the simulchip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 credits to break this, and then we can't trash this B1000 anymore.
We could slap it.
Oh, is there a slap in the bin?
I'm sure.
No, there isn't.
There isn't. Okay.
We have to slap from hand. Slap from hand doesn't do it. Oh, actually, no. Slap from the bin doesn't even do it. Oh, no. Slap from hand does, because we have DZMZ. So slap is free. But it costs us 3 to trash B1000 and 3 to lose the... We need to lose 3 on the message chest mode. What are the odds there's a second B1000 on the table? The odds are 0, because there's only 1 in the deck. Fire all. Yeah. GG. It's gotta be. Take a credit. If I was test running there, I would have ran and trashed the Maryland campaign.
Yes. Great spite play.
Man.
Let's see if it goes down as it's supposed to. Because it's not super clear. Okay, it's clear.
There we go. Bologna. Wow.
I need to know.
Please res all. Is it an agenda? No, there's no agendas on the board.
Okay. So there was no out.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 2 agendas left. Dang. Wow. What a game.
Holy moly. Definitely was a game. I kind of need a break just from watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Well, I've got an hour left. Enough for this game.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to for the 5th one. I imagine the players are going to keep playing, but we'll see how they feel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so now it's 3-0, right? So
yeah.
Unband advances.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I guess like advancing is always like winning is never bad, but like coming ahead in this kind of game where you're so far like down.
Yeah.
Even though you're still very favored like matchup wise, but still like at the point that like turn 6 to come back this impressively. Very nice. Good stuff by Kikai.
Yeah. Also,
very impressive. Much wow.
Koga says that simulchip bounce was so good. Yeah. Well done. It shows like a very good understanding of Arisana.
Okay, so what are we doing?
We've started the other game.
Great.
I've zoomed in, and then I remembered that this is NEH, so like I'm gonna have to zoom back out. Ooh, ice on turn 1.
This is the version of fun.
Yeah, I got double
Arizona,
doof.
right?
Double doof, 1 degree mill, bladder wart, 1 gaslight, 3 pad campaign, 1 self growth, 1 shipment from flat, no market forces, 1 starlit night, 3 mist. And there's the doof. There's the doof trashing Rashida. Good start for the runner. We got the Ika and the environmental testing as well.
I think the matchup isn't quite as bad like it was last time, but I still think that the Arisana is very, very much unfavored here, regardless of start.
Yeah.
Like whenever I queue into this on like Janet Casual and I'm not playing Mulch or any Virus Anarch, I'm always like, okay, very, very close to conceding this turn 1. Because you just can't keep up with all the assets. And at some point you will just get overwhelmed. And if you haven't stolen 5 points by then, it's not a pleasure.
Yeah. Second pad campaign. Corp's gonna have money. It's very good. The early pad campaigns are very, very good for the Corp.
Yeah. With the early E card, also doesn't matter as much to put because.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. No money. 2 more for the environmental testing.
We're installing the Ika here. Oh, we're trashing. That. Oh, we got the 3rd pad campaign. That's really good. We're gaining 3 credits at the start of the turn for the rest of the game now.
Yeah. I'm not even sure. Like I said, for me this is like very bad for the runner. So I don't even know what the way out of this is.
Yeah.
Maybe now is the best part to just like steal 5 points from HQ.
Mm-hmm. When the corp is $3, they can't res my chest vote.
I mean, technically they are 4.
Yeah.
The second the run starts, but it's not easy being sleazy.
Four pieces of ice in the corpse deck is not cost 5 credits.
Do we have 4 ice and have 3 on the board?
No. There's 4 ice that cost 5, and then there's 3 pings, and there's 2 virtual service agents.
Okay. So yes, we are getting ready to run HQ at some point, which I like.
Well, I feel like we're just kind of double bouncing Trojan for double Urban Art.
Oh yeah, maybe that. I've rarely seen any use cases for 2 of those, but
Yeah.
this could be one of those.
Oh, we're trashing it.
Also, Conduit just for a turn or two could also have a small chance of winning.
But we need to like install the conduit, break the ice, and have 5 credits to steal Bologna's.
Yes, and ideally, the Amani Sanai needs to be on the 2 last cards of the deck.
Yeah. Oh, we're checking.
Okay, I see we're using high-tech technology, using the AI to show us.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I think that needs to go. Oh, we're letting it stay.
He goes to 0 if he tells it. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I mean, that's a...
It's 2 points.
It is 2 points. And it's pretty good. That is only like a small Oppo.
Yeah.
Just a little Oppo as a treat. I mean, 2 points. I'm not saying halfway there, but it's a start. Oh, baby, no Oppo.
Wait, what?
Right.
No, we did play the Oppo.
Oh, I didn't see it. I thought you just put a turn end. Didn't see. Okay. Baby, yes, Oppo. Okay.
Yes, Oppo.
But I think it's also interesting, like, to see, like, testrunning making an aggressive play early on, which gets called by Kikai, so they're less likely to make it again.
Mm. Yeah.
So 0 money, huh?
Yeah, we need to find environmental testing again. Creative Commission. This could be a crypto crash.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, but there's no wage workers on the board.
Also, now that I see the second Urban Art not doing anything, was Kikai too greedy with his symbol chip?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was too... wait, with the symbol chip? I think he was too greedy installing the second Urban Art.
I mean, there was definitely some greed involved. Like, either you don't put down the second Urban Art, or you use your symbol chip when your Trojan gets trashed.
Yeah.
But now you have, like, worst of both worlds.
Oh, install ice, double advance. Single advance. Okay. So this is the crypto crash. Although I like double advance here.
Yeah. Let's be real. Ben's not getting in here.
Yeah. And like you just like give yourself a click next turn so you can install something new.
Yeah. But like the Amani isn't super threatening at the moment. Like we have 2 Urban Arts, so losing 1 doesn't even matter. Okay, now we put down something that's a good Amani target. I'm not sure how much I like it.
Oh, we're trashing the Amani.
Okay, makes sense.
Then we're gonna click for 2 credits. We're gonna install Ika and then click for 2 credits.
One credit, 1 draw.
We'll install Hush so we can use our overclock dollar. Good stuff.
Oh baby. That's what I'd like to see. Min-maxing. Or we can't even click for 1 credit because like you're just gonna lose all.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, clicking for credits doesn't do you anything. Okay. We have 2 Trojans now, so we can double Urban Art.
Oh baby, money's coming in.
Yeah.
We're filthy rich. Also, if we had double advance last turn, now we could have like reinstalled the Armani.
Yeah. I don't think the corp should score here. We should just like install cards and put another advancement token on it.
Rest, wage workers, 2 more installed.
Oh.
No, cannot.
So none of those cards are wage. Because otherwise you would install 3 res wage advance.
Yes. Or do something. If you could, I don't know. Like we have $0, right? That's the downside of $0. Maybe 1 crit was okay last turn.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, okay, there's Armanis on the board.
What, you wanted to click for 3 and then 1 and 3 the Armani?
Oh no. I was saying last turn. Maybe 1 credit was okay. Because if the corp's using even, now that I think about it, even 2 is good. Because if we get crypto crashed with no Armani Senai, we lose $2. We are very happy.
I think there might be another Armani. There's 3 Armanis in this deck.
Yeah.
Running archives. We're a little scared. Ooh, and it's a relevant run too. Pretty good.
Too unseen, huh?
Aksu, did you just say that the score is 3-1? I don't know what games this guy is watching. Or he's just saying that test running is going to win this game.
Did Brandon just like lose one off screen?
I don't think so. Did Brandon lose one off screen?
The game is over already. Oh. I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, actually saying this current game is over already. It's...
I mean, after seeing last game...
Yeah. Yeah, like I was going to say, like, I'm as sure that the Corp is going to win this game as I was last game for the runner.
Yeah. And the NEH isn't even like super far ahead. Like there's nothing screaming besides just the general matchup that is like Corp favored. But like looking at the board and like looking at the score, it's not like this is unwinnable for the runner. It's basically as unwinnable as it was from like click 1, turn 1.
Axie says you will see.
Okay, I will see.
Ooh, that's a lot of ice. We're just letting this card cook in that server too. I don't like this. Like, I really want to put another advancement token on the Crypto Crashing server too. Make it ready. Like unless you're getting a wage workers, and then you can like that's the argument for not advancing it is that you can triple advance with wage workers. But the thing is, you just installed 3 anyways, so the card that you just installed is not wage workers.
I could also be wage workers, and it's just like not willingly showing.
Yeah.
But I feel like we went through so much of the deck that like there has to be one at some point, and maybe the additional click just wasn't worth giving up more information.
But also, like, what, the runner's gonna, like, overclock it?
No.
Right?
We're checking.
Gaslight.
Very interesting. Okay. I also just love Axel's comments are, you will see. How? Like, there's no way I'm wrong in this, because technically there's always a chance of Kikai winning. So if anybody is seeing, you will see. William, do you think it's worth to pay influence for bladder work in decks like these to have an option to turn these daymates into pressure from corp?
That's tough.
A question?
That's tough.
I think, like, I'm not sure about the exact question, and I haven't built the corp and I haven't played it, only against it. But to me, it's just like the early, like, if those pet campaigns would be bladder works, then like the pressure to trash them early would be much greater. And so the NEH is either filthy rich or has no money.
Yeah, exactly.
So and in the no money situations, just the pressure of one card every turn is like big enough, at least for me, to like warrant the influence. I'm not sure about the stalemate situations, because I don't think you're ever going to win of them. They're just like enough pressure to force the runner to react. Because before they will get decked and killed by net damage, they will be always forced to run and then get oppoed. Which was something that like Kikai lacked last turn, because he didn't have any like must crashes.
Oh, we're making a play. Credit Creative Overclock.
Oh, baby.
I like this so much. Oh my goodness.
Oh baby. I mean, we're gonna get end tagged, right? Because we have
there's a
the instant hush.
Oh.
I mean, I imagine we're not gonna go through 2 eyes untagged, but
yo, bro. No. You simulchip the hush to the next dice.
Oh yes.
Because we've already got our 3 breakers installed.
Yes, you do.
Is it happening?
You could also just get that clickback, but I think simulchipping the hash is much cooler.
Oh yeah, you could also just get a clickback. You're right. Well, no, but then you have to spend the click and 2 credits to clear the tag.
Yeah. Oh yes, we're doing your stuff.
Yeah.
So we weren't too greedy with the simulchip keep, because Kikai knew all along.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. It's a mess in the chest.
I mean,
that's so
it's
sad.
pretty expensive.
It's so sad that none of this was paying.
Yeah, but it is appreciated by all the fans.
Yeah. And then we're gonna lose the lily pad, but we're gonna have 4 points.
And we don't need to trash over MU.
There's a game.
And we're gonna get oppoed onto the ground.
And we're gonna get oppoed, yeah.
But yeah, the corp being on 0 credits, 0 agenda points after turn, after turn 12, that's pretty pog, if you ask me.
Arndt, I just did a control F on how many times Pad Campaign is triggered. How many times do you think Pad Campaign, how much money has Pad Campaign gained the corp this game?
Lots of money. So I think it was 1, 2, 3 in the first 3 turns, and it's turn 11. So quick math, 1 has been 11, and then it's around 29? No, it can't be, because it's -1. So it's 26.
Ooh, it's 27.
Okay. I take it.
As of this turn, it's now 30. That's pretty good. That's very impressive math.
Thank you.
But yeah, you're right. It was 1 every turn. So like, right now it's turn 12, which means we've started 11 turns. The first turn doesn't count. So we've started 10 turns. The first one gives you 10 credits, second one gives you 9, and the third one gives you 8. So that's 3 less than 30, which gets you to 27.
And even with like the insane money coming in, Corp's only on $6 at the moment.
Yeah. Advancing Master Cheswa, though. Oppo research for 4 tags. Shipment from Vlad is live.
So we have all 3 tag punishments, right? We have
No market forces.
No market forces, okay.
But we do have the self-growth.
I'm wondering, like, I looked away from the screen for a moment. Oh, the Unity got bounced. Okay, get it. I was wondering, like, did I miss a self-growth? And where's the Unity? But it was Diamani. Interesting to see that over the lily pad.
Oh, Koga says install Valentina and clear easy. That makes sense.
Okay, credit, gamble. So this is saying you don't have market forces. Look at what you're missing out on.
Yep, that's right. We got the gaslight too. You don't have market forces. That's so funny. There's still no wage workers, hey?
Yes.
Because otherwise we could like trash 3 resources, get a wage click.
I feel like with somewhat infinite money, we still might trash 2 resources here.
Yeah. Trash 2 resources and play self-growth. And we just leave the nuke on the board.
Yeah. Drawing 3 isn't as impressive if you are already 3 over hand size. Okay, so let's see what. So testrunning installed something and advanced dimensional chefs for. So I think server 2 could be an agenda, right? Because why would you like overly and plus the Unity bounce screams even harder? This is an agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Basically, my first prediction and already off to a great start. I'm 1 for 1.
Oh, there is a wage on the table. Yeah, that's fair. I was like, with the wage on the table, you could do the trash 3 and then self-growth, but the problem is that actually just loses to Unity run the remote. Oh, no it doesn't, because we have to like boost strength. Yeah.
But we could draw for any money. Overclock.
Oh. How much does that cost? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18 credits?
Plus we have Hush in hand, so the advancement does basically nothing.
12, 13... The advancement does nothing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We need 19 credits, and he was at 13, so credit overclock would have done it. Okay, fair enough. Score the agenda. Don't take risk. It gives the runner to use the vernissage credits, though.
Yes.
The Unity overclock line would be a hard read. Yeah, but like we kind of like installed behind double mest, advanced the mest, and then played oppo. I mean, like it's like it is like a very polarizing read, but the runner like in the spot that they're in, don't hate that read.
Interesting to see not to see clear vortex.
Yeah, that's true because we can get self growth here.
And considering we drew our wage workers so late and the Armani somewhat late, I mean, no, not Armani, it was another game, but I think it's still likely we get hit.
I think that's a mistake. We should have just cleared 4.
Yeah. Because we didn't even had to discard.
Exactly.
Ooh, and we lost both urban arts. That's a sad panda. But maybe that's what Kikai wanted.
Aksu, do you want to like send me the link to your stream so I can add it to the description of here, or so I can like I'll just copy it and send it into my chat so that the people here can go over to your stream at the end of this game, because I'm not gonna have enough time to like finish this game and cover Brandon's game because I have to leave in like 30 minutes or so. But there is one more game that I believe is going to be played that I think Aksu is going to stream. We installed another urban art. Ika, clear the tag, take a credit. Yeah, runners like suddenly like just lost a whole lot because of that turn.
Yep. Unity and Cleaver are not cheap to install if you have to use actual bugs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, push another Bologna. Or Crypto Crash. Or Degree Mill. All are scoreable here.
Yeah. And the new install could mean a second wage workers. So
I don't know, trashing wage workers is such a losing battle.
Yes. The only way to keep him down is to, at the beginning of the game, just shuffle him to the bottom. Then you never have to trash him and never...
Yeah.
The crop never gets its extra click. So... We ditched the lily pad, but I suppose we have more of those.
I don't think we're going to install lily pad again this game.
Most likely not.
We spent the 4 credits paying for...
Oh baby, we are advancing off screen.
Oh. No way. What the heck was that?
I mean, it wasn't super griefing. It was a 2-pointer. So even if it gets checked, which I like very much, because never in a million years would I check that.
Well played.
So now the game is just on server 2.
Yeah.
Which is unreachable,
So you'll get to see what Aksu is telling you to see.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, I should have known. I'm sorry I doubted you, Aksu.
Also, Aksu's just like a TO, you know. So if Ben wins, like Aksu just go in, like actually you got a game loss.
Just in like Yu-Gi-Oh, he just storms in last minute. and tell him Kikai's been using the wrong sleeves or something.
Yeah.
Game lost.
Cuban.
Great, does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We just need 2 of those, and I'm not sure how we get out of this.
Degree mill. There's a degree mill.
Oh yes.
Which
you let it...
It's got a snipe.
I imagine if testrunning had the chance, he would have kept it in HQ, because it's less likely to get. What I'm saying is, like, if you have conduit, you're more likely to lose your most vulnerable agenda from R&D.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's an HQ.
Can we break ping? No, we can't. Can we get into HQ?
But since it's an HQ, we can get it now.
Come on. No res is good. We can hush Starlit Knight. Hush it. Hush it and get it. Oh, yes. Okay. We got a 1 in 5 degree mill.
Wait, do we get the...
But
are you watching?
The thing is, if there's degree mill in hand, then it should be in server 2.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But maybe?
But maybe. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Don't tease us like that. Interesting. So there's no agenda in HQ? Or what was why don't you just rest on the first run?
That's true. We're just teasing. You gotta give us something to be excited about. Man, we're popping Gaslight for the self growth. We're gonna like triple advance the crypto crash, play self growth, and then score. Wait, what is happening? Oh, okay.
Oh, it's Bologna. So we wait. GG's.
Just bottomed it. Oh. Oh, but it was... Well, no, but he shuffled with spin.
Okay.
So it might have been on top.
But for me, it was always on top.
Yeah.
We have cleaver in hand, right? We could have just like clicked for a credit, clicked for 2 credits, and just like installed with Arisana just to get in once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would have been funny. Great stuff.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like last game is not going to be played. Last game would have been the King against TugtetguT Odd versus Hoshiko. That one's not going to get played. It doesn't need to be played. So Unband is winning 3-1, and Suseng CL in the finals. So we got the finals, which is going to be Unband against SBT. That will happen who knows when. They're kind of talking about the format, and they're gonna like maybe change up the format a little bit for the finals. We'll see what happens, but it's gonna be with the new cards. Keep an eye out. It's definitely gonna be streamed somewhere. It'll be good. Anything you want to say before I close out?
Thank you for having me on the stream. It was a pleasure, and it's always great to see, great to be around, and happy to see Unband take it. Very happy. Great day.
Yeah. Axu's saying 13.4, which like to somebody in North America, 13.4 just means 13.4. Like I assume that's supposed to mean like the 13th of the 4th month of the year. But like what the heck? You're gonna like tell me it's like 13.4 at 18. I'm like, oh.
Okay, I'll be looking forward to 13.4 definitely. Seems like a great day.
Oh man. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna call the stream off there, and yeah, I'm playing in NAMPC Vancouver on Saturday. I'm just starting. Like I was just starting to build decks yesterday. Haven't played a single game with the new cards yet, so there's going to be a lot of testing over the next couple days, and we'll see what I can come up with for Saturday. There's also the AMT on Saturday, but obviously I can't play in that because I'll be in the in-person tournament. All right. Yeah. See you guys around.
Bye bye, everyone.